What is this?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Core. Thought we'd start things with a little Barry.
What is this?
What is this?
Oh,
I
more
sure
Barry.
hope this isn't Chris's blood.
Yeah, because it's Halloween, man. Tomorrow's Halloween, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Resident
one day
Evil.
away.
Yeah.
The great game for Halloween.
Sure. For Halloweeners, like you guys listening. Sure. John wore his Mario hat last week, but I think that actually doesn't get used till tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah. It's over there on the floor.
Everyone claims that you were doing a filter, like Bo's
I mean, it
eyebrows.
does look like, I don't blame him. When you put it over the headphones and like kind of askew, it does look like a filter, but
Yeah.
no.
No.
I don't know why my filter hat would have Scotch tape as the like M. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it would probably be a better looking hat than what it is.
I don't think it registers as Scotch tape. That's the thing.
Really? I think it looked, well, I guess you looked
Or
close enough.
masking tape, or I don't know what kind of tape.
I know. I didn't
Artist
really
tape, but
consider
like,
it was tape. Like when you pointed it out, it was like, oh, that makes sense. But like it didn't register as like I wasn't like, what's with the tape on the hat?
Sure.
Yeah.
No, I
For
get it.
anybody
Like
that was
long there?
listening to the John show, that's when I was making the M. I had the tape and I was tearing it while I was answering
Right. I
questions
guess
for the-
that's important context. I missed
Yeah.
it, so it was just there.
Yeah, for those that don't know, Core is just a rapper for this John show thing.
That's the joke.
Yeah. It's about midway through. It's like the center of the apple. And if you hang around long enough, and Bo and I we go pee, but secretly John does a little show. And so then it turns out there's pre-show called Core, there's the John show, and then there's post-show that we also call Core. There you go. That's the rule. That is the joke, literally. I don't know why I'm explaining it.
You ruined the secret. It's a secret show that's no longer secret.
That's
Like
right.
You
It's a
said at
secret
the
show.
top of the show, so
Yeah.
you kind of ruined it. John's not going to want to do it anymore.
Oh, we can't have
do
that.
it. Can't have the John show anymore. It's too known.
You got to do
We
one.
talked about the
too
John show.
Too mainstream. It's not
Yeah.
cool anymore.
You can't sell out anymore. No, wait. You've sold out. Is that what we're trying to say? I don't know what we're saying. I do know this, though. A couple quick things. Sometime this weekend, hopefully, I got a couple things that have to come through before it'll happen, but I think we're about ready to roll over to the core.show site, and the stuff that will be up, or at least the beginnings of it. So for all this teasing I've been doing for weeks, I think that rollover should happen this weekend. It depends on a couple of things, and if those things don't happen, well, maybe not, but I'm just letting you know now. Maybe bookmark it, core.show. Right now, it still takes you to our current website, but it's about to do some rad shit. So watch for that. Okay, there's little Johnson pull number 1. Johnson pull number 2, the second tug, is nothing to do with that. It's to let you know, because people like this, apparently, that I tell people this. If you're interested in retro games, me and Brian Dunaway covered Kiss Psycho Circus, the Psycho Circus, sorry. And then the Nightmare Child. I think it has like 2 colons in it. Anyway, if you never played that game from the year 2000 on the PlayStation, or excuse me, the PC or the Dreamcast, go soak your head in that episode of Play Retro, because we had a real good time with it. So go check that out. That's frogpants.com/playretro. Let's talk about the news. Let's talk about November releases, man. There's a bunch.
November.
You think we're done?
Remember the releases of November.
The games of November. Every once in a while, we get lulled into this feeling that, well, okay, the year's over, right? We've had every possible banger game to play or worry about or
we
think
get
about.
lulled into it because establishments like PC Gamer released their list 2 months early.
I didn't think of that.
2025 is not over. I don't want to see your best of 2025s until
2026.
over.
Here's the problem, though.
Exactly.
When people do it in 2026, people don't take it seriously because they see a number that no longer matters. They see 2025, and there's a thing that clicks in our brain. We're like, well, that's not new and cool. So I can't care about that, you know?
Man, I was so hoping it would work out to where our Game of the Year episode would be this year instead of next year. But no. I was so hoping Bo could have gone on that platform. And then,
Well, I mean, whatever.
ours is going to be, but I think logically ours will probably be January 1st is when we're going to be doing it, or maybe
I'm not
the
the
second.
king
if
of
we
the
have to
show.
push.
This is a democracy at the very least. So, if you guys veto, you want to do it now, I'll do it.
No, I think we do
There
it.
will be a comment.
Well, yeah, guaranteed. I think we do it wherever it's closest to the end of the year. And if it's a little bit after, it's okay. I'm just saying, from a mainstream point of view, when you do something that's about last year's cool thing, unless it's statistically interesting for the next year, I think people tune out. Gamers are weird that way in particular.
Yeah, it's true.
So I don't know. I would rather.
I feel it's a little cynical. Maybe you might be correct, but I still just.
Well, it's a little generalized.
The wrong way. I feel like it's not representative of me. I feel like I'd be like, okay, 2025's over, and now we're going to evaluate the year.
See, this is why I shouldn't generalize, because you don't fit under the blanket I just cast. That big, huge blanket I just threw. Bo's over on the side.
But you may be right. There is like a popular, sometimes the way you feel is how many people feel. Sometimes the way you feel is not how many people feel. So I'm not going to say I'm right, but
sure.
I would prefer it.
Well, how do you feel about your Europa Universalis 5 after, I think 2015 was the first game or the last game for? So 10 years later, we're finally getting a proper sequel instead of like endless DLC for the last Universalis. That comes out on the 4th. I have to admit, a little piece of me in the last 10 years has grown interested in what is basically the basis for Stellaris, but in the dirt, right? Historic dirt.
Dirt Stellaris.
Dirt Stellaris. But it's what Stellaris' DNA is from, is the Universalis game or series of games. So maybe 5 is like the perfect place to like see perfection of the model, because it is considered a big deal. Take away their tendency to just release DLC as if they're shit and blood.
I don't think I followed that, but I mean, I knew what you meant, but I don't think I followed the analogy.
That's Halloween, It's Halloween. Yeah. Bo, what you're gonna say? Do you agree with that? It's too much. The DLC.
I think for sure they release DLC like they're leaking blood out their butt. That's appropriate.
See,
that's an appropriate analogy.
Perfectly appropriate.
But I've never played Europa Universalis, so I couldn't tell you.
But you played a lot of Stellaris, so you know what the underpinnings feel like in terms of.
Oh, are they very similar? I didn't
very
realize.
Very similar. Yeah. It's basically Universalis in space. That's how it was originally even sold. Or a lot of people are like, "Oh, they're going to space." It's like Warcraft and Starcraft, and that kind of thing.
I like Stellaris, so I'm sure if playing as a medieval European country is your jam, then amazing.
Yeah, should be all right. But let's.
I'm not going to play this.
We'll talk about the big ones, though. That'll be a big one in a certain crowd. But the big ones are Call of Duty Black Ops 7. I don't care, but a lot of people do. So that's a thing.
Now we're not going to have to read some comment from Shanafan. So
no,
it's good that you said it.
You got hey man, he won't even wait for shaders to load.
We said Call of Duty Black Ops 7. Now he can stop typing.
That's right. Go back to your 2K.
Talk about the biggest game release of the year just because they don't like it.
Yeah. Go back to your 2K26 versions of all games ever made. Go play those. There's a good example where people get weird with dates. If you have an annual franchise like Madden or 2K, NBA 2K, or any of those, the minute it's the previous year, it's the old and ugly. You're just like, if you're into it. Like, if you don't care, then who cares? But if you're into your sports franchises or even your Call of Duty, guess what? No one's going to care about as of Black Ops 7 day, Black Ops 6, and whatever last year's Call of Duty was called. Out of here. Nobody cares.
Well, I'm ahead of the game by not caring before everybody else doesn't care.
That's right. That is the essence of the John Show right there. Preview. Yeah. That right there is it.
I don't care faster than everybody else.
It's also Lumines Arise, which is interesting because I'm a gigantic fan of Lumines. I think we all had some taste of that.
It's being done by the Tetris Effect people, I believe.
Oh, I forgot they were doing that.
Yeah, imagine Lumines meets Tetris Effect.
Shit. All right, I forgot all about that.
Also, now you're way more excited.
Yeah, I'm way more. I actually really am more excited about that. That is, I love what those guys did with Tetris. It's an amazing game. The only beef I have with that game is I have it on the Epic Store because at the time you couldn't get it on Steam, and I really wanted it on PC, so I bought it there. And now it's on Steam, and it goes on sale for $20 here and there. And every time that happens, I hover over it and go, should I buy a game twice just because it's not on my preferred store? And then I don't.
Probably.
But I probably should, because then it'll play on my Steam Deck really well. So I don't know why I don't do it, but whatever. I've done dumber things, played through half of Tsushima and then bought it again on another thing and then played 3/4 of it. It still
Yeah,
burns.
you played a lot of it. Is
Yeah.
it done yet?
No,
You
it still
finish
burns.
it?
Still burns.
Okay.
Yeah, we're getting there though. Oh, it's not in our news. It's too small and dumb, but they patched it this week to be Steam Deck verified. Prior to this, it said it wouldn't work, even though it did. That's where I played half of this run. It's just that the multiplayer has some anti-cheat stuff that won't run in Linux, so they had to mark it as not supported. But it's now basically they separate it and say the single player, all the single player elements of that game are now Steam Deck certified.
Nice.
I have even less excuse not to go in there and beat it.
You should.
Yeah,
It's a good game, Scott.
I
don't
know.
if you
I bought it
do
twice.
this.
That's how much
You're
I
the
like
person
it.
who got me to buy it. Now I'm the person here telling you to play it.
I know. If I bought a game twice, I sure as hell better beat it once. That should be the math. If you buy a game twice, beat it at least once, or else you're a giant loser.
You know what? That's a fair point. As somebody who bought Stellar Blade twice, I beat it once.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody who bought Final Fantasy Rebirth twice, I beat it once. You know, I think this is good.
Yep.
I think this is what people should do.
Yep. These are the tools we're given. Also, the Terminator 2D No Fate is coming out by the end of the
The
month.
Terminator?
The Terminator. Welcome to the Terminator, everybody. No, Terminator. It's that 2D return to looking old school Terminator stuff, and I'm into it. I want that game. Of all these, it might be the one I'm most excited about. That's not actually true, but we'll get to a few other standouts here. For me, there are two on this list that we haven't mentioned. There's a ton in here. I don't know how either of you feel about Yakuza Kiwami 2. Are you playing that?
Well, that's already out. That's just that it's coming to a different console.
Oh, I thought it was
Nintendo Switch. It's already out.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, that explains why Dinkham's
I
on
played
here.
Yakuza Kiwami this year. It was good.
Wait, but Kiwami and Kiwami 2 are... You paid 2 this year?
I started playing 2, but I didn't have time. I'm going to
Okay.
get to it maybe at some point. But,
Yeah, Kiwami 3 is the new game that's not out yet.
All right. I'm way
it just
behind on
means
understanding.
remaster. Just replace. It doesn't mean remaster, but just like replace the word Kiwami with remastered, and that's essentially what it is.
What does it actually mean? Do we know the word?
We looked it up. It means like the pristine ultimate version of something.
Oh, wow.
essentially.
Yeah.
So
So in other words, a remaster.
if I make a bad hot dog on Monday, that's just a hot dog. But if I make it again on Tuesday and really dress that thing up and it's amazing, I can call that hot dog Kiwami.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm into it.
Kiwami on
Kiwami.
Google Translate. Kiwami from Japanese translates to the pinnacle in English.
Oh, that almost works for the hot dog if I put pickles on it.
It's the oldest. Occasionally, I get so annoyed that you've already named and given art to the show because Hot Dog Kiwami would have been a fantastic name for this episode.
There's been times where they
That's
supersede.
a fantastic name for the podcast. We should change it to
Yeah,
Core-
Hot Dog Kiwami.
Just change it from core entirely. Hotdogkiwami.show, everybody. Look for changes coming soon.
I think that'd bring a lot of hot dog lovers into the show.
Easily.
Hot dog.
So the ones that matter to me most on this list, funny enough, one is a re-release on November 5th coming to Switch 2, but it's already on PC and just in the last little while hit 1.0. And it's this game called Dinkham, which is, if you think it has something to do with Australia and the Outback, you'd be right. It's set there.
It's Australian Animal Crossing.
Yeah, it's Australian Animal Crossing. That's what it is. And it's very good. I talked about this on the show before. I played the EA version of it, the early access version. It's now out in full, and I'd forgotten to check it since the patch. This is the problem with early access. Sometimes it just gets away from you. So I got to get back in there and see how things turned out. Apparently, pretty good. People are into it. So I'll be checking that out. But I'm looking forward to doing that, even though it's already been on PC and I just missed it. And then Moonlighter 2, The Endless Vault, November 19th. I know I'm probably the only one here that played Moonlighter, the first one. I love that game. You know who else likes that game? Freaking, who was it? Not Garrett. Was it? Who's the other
Kyle?
person? Oh, maybe it was Kyle.
Kyle.
Oh, it was Kyle. That's
it
right.
seems like a Kyle game
Yeah,
for sure.
Kyle and I had a bunch
Oh,
of
you
back
know
and forth
what?
on it.
Every time, I don't know what it is. I actually think the title for this game is good, but I always forget that this is what it is. And I'm always like, geez, Moonlighter 2, The Endless Vault. That's a mouthful. And then I look at it and I go, oh, wait, I know what this is. This looks cool.
Yeah, and the name
I've never
means you
played
go
'em.
out. You go basically the way it was in the first game. I assume the second similar. Second one's all in 3D. First one was a 2D kind of roguelike adventure thing. But What made it unique was during the day, you own a shop, a magic shop, and you sell all this shit from the dungeon runs you've been doing. And at night, when you're moonlighting, you go out and fight in dungeons, collect all the crap things that drop, and then you go price those in your shop for the next day. And then the next day, it's like a little shop management sim to sell stuff to people, and you can raise prices, lower prices. There's inflation. There's, values go down or up or whatever, depending on certain things. And it's really a cool loop. I thought, anyway. And Moonlighter 2 just looks like more of that, but now full 3D. I don't know if that'll actually change, the core game or the core loop, but I'm excited about Moonlighter. It's good. I'm a fan.
I really like the look of Moonlighter 2. They
looks
definitely
nice, right?
got a glow up for sure.
Yeah, the old one was like, straight 2D pixely stuff. This is a little bit more like, I don't know, 3D.
Although it sounds like it's maybe releasing to early access because Steam says coming soon to early access.
Oh.
I don't imagine that it's going to be releasing on November 19th fully if it's not even available on early access yet.
Well, I can tell you one thing. Looking at the combat here, this 3/4 view kind of Diablo angle combat, I already am more excited about it because the 2D game was fine, but the combat was pretty limited by the 2D plane. There wasn't a lot of innovation going on in terms of what you did or how you moved. But this looks like it opens things up. So I'm actually really excited about Moonlighter 2. I'm going to be getting that on day one, I think. Terminator and Moonlighter, together at last.
Those are your two big ones, huh?
Yeah, there's a bunch of others on here. For those who are going, how come you haven't talked about Escape from Tarkov or Demon School, whatever that is. There's a whole list on here, all right? But we just,
We were just talking about some ones that looked interesting to
I was
us.
surprised to hear Escape from Tarkov is coming out because I thought it was already out.
Well, early access, right?
It's probably an early access forever.
Yeah.
And it's just funny that it's releasing in the period where it's getting its lunch eaten,
By the duck one. The duck escape from duck.
From Duck-Off.
Yeah.
They're getting eaten in two ways. There's the Escape from Duck-Off and Arc Raiders.
Oh, yeah. Are you
Arc
playing?
Raiders out today, baby. Happy Arc Raiders Day.
Did you play it yet?
Soon.
You haven't yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
I'm going to be playing after the show. I'm looking forward to it.
So chat is yelling about Thrasher, which I feel like is a game Bo should talk about.
That's a
in terms
skateboard
of
magazine.
excitement.
What's going on with the skateboard
Thrasher is an award-winning arcade odyssey and audio-visual experience. Guide a magnificent space eel swooping and thrashing it through mesmerizing alien worlds in the ultimate race for survival.
Oh, this is
Dive
the Thumper
into
guys.
circle-based combo system. It's Thumper, it's VR, as well as it looks like you can play it on a regular PC as well. But
Is it out
VR.
now? There's a demo out.
It's out November 7th, so that's one chat's getting excited about.
So the only
I only
Thrasher
ever played
yeah.
Thumper on my headset, and I loved it.
So it's not it's not this Tony Hawk ripoff here from the PlayStation. Okay, it's
Scott,
not this.
that is not Thrasher.
All right, well, it is.
That's not
It's
the
called-
Thrasher. That's not the Thrasher that's coming out.
There's a Thrasher that is a skateboard magazine that may have had a video game at some point. They're still around. Go to Thrasher on YouTube. They published this great. I watch skate videos all the time on Thrasher.
Well, let's see. So what is it called? This game is just here it is.
Yeah,
This. All
Yeah,
right.
that's it.
Boy, they need to work on their algorithm. It was way down the list behind all these old PS1
They picked
games.
kind of a bad name for SEO.
Well, yeah, and
Skateboard-
that's the thing is the list of
skateboarding is-
games. It wasn't even on it, so it's part of the reason why we didn't talk about it.
Oh, this reminds me of, I guess Thumper, but also what was the awesome Dreamcast game that they remade a couple of times? Shit. I don't remember the name of it.
So this is going to be in VR as well. Sick.
Oh,
That's
cool. Look at all this grass and stuff. I mean, these visuals are pretty neat. What do you do here?
I mean, you want to get high and play this game in VR.
I do want to get high and play this game. You're right, I do.
Want to get high?
I want to get high. Bring a towel. Anyway, that's a thing. That's coming. So, okay, you guys happy? You got any others you want to yell out? Just kidding. You can do whatever you want.
I'm actually kind of happy about this because it seems like there's nothing that interesting to me coming out next month. So, wallet secured, and I got plenty to play, so no worries there.
Can I talk to you about Moonlighter 2? Just kidding.
Yeah.
I get it. None of these are bow
I'm
games.
glad people like it, but it's just not. It's not passing the bar of
Yeah.
of desire. And look, I also got a freebie this month too. Vampire. We didn't talk about it at all. Vampire the Bloodlines. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 came out this month.
It did.
And it's not good.
Yeah, it's
not
garbage.
Is it, I keep hearing mixed things. Is it
I
straight
watched-
garbage or is it okay?
I checked out some Co-Carnage on it because he played it. The TLDR is he had like 2 game-breaking saves that put him back a full day, and he's a streamer, so he just plays the game all day.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, it's too early for that. And then his assessment was that it's an RPG, but you have no inventory and the skill tree is like a stick. And it's just mainly just a shooter with some telltale dialogue options. And the story is not connected. Like, it's basically one of those, it's like Prey, how they slapped the Prey name on a completely different game than the franchise.
Yeah.
So they've done that here, but the underlying game's still maybe not great.
That's
So
a bummer.
I was like, well, that's not what I'm interested in. So, I'm not going to buy this, even though I play a sexy vampire game. It looks cool. Like, if you look at the trailer, you're like, this looks pretty sweet, but apparently not good.
Well, when we get to December's games, I'll be curious if any of that holds interest for you, because we may be at the end of your rope, Bo's interest
Yeah,
rope.
Bo might be done. He might just need to play catch up for Game of the Year
For-
and then
For
be done.
2025, it might be done.
Yeah, you might be done.
No.
Well, no, I'm going to check out Dispatch. I mean, like, that's the
Well, I
problem
guess
with
that's
this
true.
stuff.
That's out fully in November, so that might be considered. a
Oh,
November
yeah.
game for
I'm
you.
not playing Dispatch until it's all out. I don't want. Sometimes waiting's okay if it's like a TV show that I don't care that much about.
Mm-hmm.
But if I really get into it, like I was really enjoying Aliens, it sucks and wait for next week.
Yeah.
If that.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Oh, you know what, Bo? You might be. Let's do. Even though we're gonna probably cover it at the end of November, real quick, Bo. Tell me just yay or nay. Marvel Cosmic Invasion.
Yay-ish. Like I'm not jumping out of my seat, but I want to play it and buy it. Yeah.
Metroid Prime 4.
Is that? No, pass.
Oh! All right, sorry, I'm okay. Go ahead. John.
Octopath Traveler 0.
Pass.
That's good. Those are good games.
Skate Story.
Oh, that's a cool one, Bo.
Yeah,
You played
I picked that up. I'm looking forward to it. Not a crazy amount though. Like I could wait a year before
you played
playing
that
it.
demo, right? You were big on that demo.
I played the demo. I liked it, but I don't need to buy it in December. Like I could wait a year. Like it's like there's so many games. There's literally so many games. I'm just like, I can't play them all. Like, who cares when it comes out? So it's only if you're just super hyped. And I'm being honest, I'm not like, oh shit, I'm going to play that day and date. So
What about Farming Simulator Signature Edition for the Nintendo Switch 2?
send it back.
Well, it's a signature edition, though.
I think that's pretty much it. I just got Bo. I think there's a good chance you might be done for the year,
Yeah, I think
depending
it might.
on what you
so.
do with Marvel Cosmic Invasion. But
Like Cosmic Invasion, I'll probably buy pretty quick because you guys might be into it, and if there's multiplayer to be played, I'll be all over that shit. It's good. But,
Yeah.
it's about and it's fine. I have a tremendous backlog of video games. Like I could play for years. So like I'm not. This is in the context of it's a saturated market. Like sure, it looks good, but is it better than what I have still pending? It's like no. So.
I mean, there are a couple on here that may still have some meat to them, but they still say 2025, but they don't have dates yet. And they still could come out, and they're smaller in some cases. But like for example, the ones that jump out to me are, where is it? Solasta 2. I really like Solasta 1. I want to see what 2 is. And then I want to play Terminator Survivors, which is a Survivors like with Terminators. I want to play that.
okay, yeah, I'd try that.
Yeah.
It's probably cheap. Right?
Yeah, it's
They
going to be
usually
like
are.
$5 or something.
The Wolf Among Us 2.
Oh shit, that's a good game.
Although in a
that's
way,
good. Yeah.
in a way,
Yeah.
it's kind of what Dispatch is. It's not. I mean, not that it's a sequel, but like I believe part of the reason why Dispatch is so good, I think it's the same director as The Wolf Among Us.
Oh, maybe that's okay. That's good sauce to have on your team.
Well, given that they're very narrative focused, it could be that that's where the good juice is too. Like just because somebody's releasing The Wolf Among Us doesn't mean the same team's behind it. Maybe I don't know. So there's
Yeah.
Well, Bo, I found the one. December 8th, you will be in line at the Walmart or whatever equivalent up there you got to get your hands
We have
on a
Walmart.
copy. You'll get
We have Walmart.
your PlayStation 5 copy of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024.
I've looked at that on and off.
Oh, really? I figured you just shoot that one down.
No, because it's a good VR experience, but it's just very expensive, and it is a flight sim. It's I don't know. At some point, I think I'll play with one.
See, and I see that year, I see 2024, and I go, that's old. Even though I play Shipbreaker every 10 minutes, and it's 5 years old. I don't know. It's something wrong with my brain and with dates. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, there you go.
There's not much. There's not much in the near future that I'm salivating for at this point. I think I was really looking forward to Arc Raiders. That's out today. So yeah.
That's already breaking a bunch of records. It sold. Let's see, what was the concurrence? 5 minutes after launch, 30,000 players in. 5 minutes.
They're up to 200,000 right now. They're like the top four played game on Steam right now.
I think they have a hit on their hands. I think they're going to do just
Well, it was
fine.
interesting. I watched an hour-long interview with the CEO of Embark this past week. And it was funny because the finals was well regarded, but he said the finals had they thought they had a monster on their hands in the first month. Their player count was so high, and then it fell off a cliff after a month. And they're like, we spent a good deal of time scratching our heads. What do we do? And he just talks about,
What did he say? You thought it was? Was there another game that came along?
Well, they just said it's just the usual shit. The new player experience could have been better. The blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
They're looking for things they could have done better. I think the truth of the matter is it's the shooter genre. I think that's why there's a new Call of Duty every year.
Yeah,
and that's why a lot of these games as a service have frequent update schedules, and why Fortnite's always got new shit going on. You have to have a new campaign to get people back because they play the game. They go, "Oh, I've played it. That's fun," and they mean to come back and play. But then the market's so saturated and flooded. There's just other shit. I mean, that's my story. I love the finals, but I want to play other things too. It's not my only game.
Yeah, I meant to get back to the finals myself. I plan to play more, and it just gets away from you.
Yeah, I mean, there's just tons to do, and it is just a shooter game. It's not there's some narrative you got to get back to. What's going to happen in the finals?
Yeah. So there's no huge island off the coast of mainland Japan that's on fire that you have to go take care of or anything. You can just...
that may happen with Arc Raiders. So this is going to be my first true extraction style game.
Yeah,
because apparently this game is Tarkov for the employed. So
wait, I don't know, because is it normally a huge time consuming?
Well, I think Escape from Tarkov is very grindy and punishing, right? Okay. So you're not really going to get anywhere unless you're unemployed doing it full time. I think this is more you'll get your extraction rewards easier and stuff like that. So it's all going to come down to what's the content plan? Are people going to keep coming back to enjoy the game and what's in there, or is it going to get stale?
Yeah.
Not even stale, just not compete with whatever new shiny thing is being dangled out in front of the gaming communities.
Yeah, it's no Moonlighter 2, The Endless Vault, for hell's sakes. We'll see how it does against that. All right, well, there you go. Next month, we'll talk about whatever's left for the year, but, we're hauling ass through this year. We're almost done.
We've had a good year, and there's plenty to play, I think it's fine if we're chilled a bit. You sure these are the only? Isn't there some big crazy one coming out
in November or December?
It feels like we're missing something. I don't know.
Well, the big one, I think your massive ones, if you don't count Call of Duty, which just as expected, I think the big ones are on the Switch anyway. I think, or Switch 2. I think.
Metro Prime's going to be a big.
That's going to be a big deal. Yeah.
But
other than that,
I thought maybe there was another big one. Maybe I'm mistaken.
What's Rock Beasts? Is that
that sounds like a party
rocks.
game. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it sounds like your party animals, kind of. I don't know.
I guess you're right. This isn't Okay, on a PC centric level though, Universalis 4, the new Europa game, I think it will not be denied. That will be a massive thing unless it's shit, which I doubt. And really, you're right. There's either something's missing, or we just are all out of the big banger hoo-has.
Yeah, I think a lot of the big stuff. I think a lot of things get out of the way of Call of Duty. I mean, just because we don't care doesn't mean that other game companies are not going to say let's get away from the juggernaut.
Sure.
It is that.
Yeah.
Outer Worlds 2 is out, I think, this week or today or yesterday as
well.
Which is,
Yeah.
Yeah. John's had it for a week because He bought the fancy
because
edition.
I got crippled by mercantilism.
That's right.
Yeah, we might be in for a quiet holiday season, but I thought maybe there was another big one coming, and we're just not thinking of it. I don't know.
I will have it. I will hopefully have it.
I will have it. I will have it.
I will have it, whatever
I will
it
have
is.
this game you speak of.
Someone in the chat room just said, "You guys need to play Ball Pit." Do you mean Ball X Pit Eero Films? Because
I've played Ball X Pit. It's great.
I have
Me
it.
too.
I
It's
haven't
great.
played it yet.
I played the hell out of it. Have you listened to the show prior to today? Because we have talked about that game a lot.
Yeah, literally last week I played it, and then the week before you guys played it.
Yeah,
I didn't really touch it this week because I played other games.
Game's awesome. It's really, really good.
The big game for me this week is a game for 2023.
What's that?
Well, we'll find out.
Oh, we'll find out when we get there. This is a tease, is what that was.
Yeah.
Okay, I like it. I'm here for the tease. All right, well, there's that. Let's move on to some other news. Amazon did a bunch of game layoffs. This has been kind of the big stink of the week. Somewhere there was conflicting reports early on that it was 14,000 people laid off, and then it was 30,000, and 14,000 of those were either Twitch or gaming division related jobs. I still not entirely sure where this all landed out in terms of those numbers, but basically, here's what happened. One thing we know for sure: New World, their MMO, their giant, big effort to take over the MMO space. New World is no longer going to receive any content updates. They committed to running servers all the way through next year, but you can't even buy the game on Steam. It's there, but it's got no price.
I can see that you can buy it.
Really?
I don't think that's true.
It was down
I'm
for
on
me.
Steam right now, and I see $79.99 for a deluxe edition and $59.99 for a standard.
Well, maybe I'm smoking crack. I went and looked myself here. Oh, you're right.
But
You
I
can still buy
also
it.
saw it.
For a
I
game.
think there might have been a window where it might have been pulled, or at least was reportedly pulled, but it is up now, available. The part of this that is confusing is because the company that makes the game, they did put up a statement that basically was like, hey, look, yeah, times are tough, but we're doing our best to support it. Please buy and play our game as much as you can. This is what we're committed to. This is what we're going to do. And then there were reports to the contrary. There were, they're saying like, yeah, we're going to keep doing stuff for it. And then there were reports saying like, nope, they're not doing any new content. And then there was, yeah, we're going to keep selling it. And then there was, nope, it's been pulled from Steam. So I feel like there's been a lot of unfortunate back and forth where even the company doesn't necessarily seem to know what's going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is currently relisted. You can still buy it. They are
though.
still saying that they're going to
10,000
support
people
it.
playing it right now. Do you think they heard the news?
I think they heard. I'm sure they've heard the news. Well, let's see. Let's check recent reviews. Let's see here.
Recent reviews at New
goodness
World is
gracious.
mostly negative. Yeah.
Woo, that's not good at all. It's like 36% or something. Yeah, I would not. Here's the thing. By all accounts, people who play a ton will tell you right now that this game is as good as it's ever been, and that this latest content thing they did was awesome, and people love where it's at. That just makes this all the more painful. It just bums me
could
out.
they just sell it? I guess they won't. They don't give a shit.
They don't care about games.
It's funny that there's more people playing Lost Ark right now than New World. I looked at Lost Ark because Lost Ark was published by Amazon.
Oh, right.
I wonder what the fate, because
They're going to
I
keep
think that's
publishing.
that's a partnership. I don't think Lost Ark's going to go anywhere because it's like Smilegate. Like,
No.
I don't know how much what they've done apart from it being on Amazon servers. Like, do they do localization? I don't know what the Amazon angle is in terms of workload.
Yeah.
Like, because you could be like, yep, sorry, North American customers, no more Lost Ark. Like, it could be getting shut down. But man,
The MMO business, man, you either got to be committed and serious and long haul investment. You can't turn it around. And
this is why I stayed away from New World. And like, even though Lost Ark was hard to stay away from, like, I always had a feeling like Amazon's not in this for the long run. And MMOs are like a game genre where it's like, do this giant list of shit, become invested in your character so that you'll never pull away and become a lifelong, it's like, oh, I'm going to tie myself to like a company with no reputation. That is a part of the sticking point with Blizzard. Like, still is its reputation that could easily go out the window, but I don't think so.
Yeah.
is like it's like the MMO looks cool, but if it's like if it's designed for you to invest time into and that gets flushed down the toilet, it's going to feel bad. And I guess this is my trauma of being a PlanetSide player. I watched a little documentary on PlanetSide this week, and I felt sad because I'm like, I wish the game was just still running.
Yeah,
somewhere. My character that I spent like 6 years playing and building up and have like a history, like they just flushed in the toilet and gone.
There are no private servers or anything. Nothing for that thing.
There are private servers, but like the population, it's like 20 to 50 people. Like it's not.
And the whole point of the game was
massive battles.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like my character's on there, and like my my history and stuff like that. Like it's just
sure.
A private server is a private server, but like I'll just go play a modern shooter. Like part of it was that they could have just sharded it to one server and kept it going. I don't know what's wrong with Daybreak Games, why they just
it's all left up.
Couldn't just keep a server running. Like it couldn't be that expensive. Like it's crazy.
It's all about the numbers. It's just the number. It's the Heroes of the Storm problem. It's just they were good numbers. They just weren't good enough. For these massive corpo monstrosities.
Oh, yeah.
So I have a hot take about MMOs, and if you're going to launch one soon, apologies for saying this, but people always want to know why Warcraft and WoW has such an amazing staying power. And I'm convinced it's this. It isn't just the brand. It isn't just Blizzard. It isn't just that it's the IP that they had. Those all play factors. But I think the biggest reason was it launched, in relative terms, it launched as flawless as you could expect a launch to be. Yes, there were some server queues. Yes, there were some issues. But for the most part, that was an insanely successful, complete launch of a game with a ton of content to get to before they had to even worry about making sure their dungeon plan was figured out, or their raids and all that. That game launched like a complete polished product in 2004. Name another one that's done that, and it's really hard to do. Like Final Fantasy freaking dumped the whole thing and started over.
There's a whole documentary about that.
Yeah, they had to start over. ESO, horrible launch. Great shape now, terrible launch. Name one of these that didn't have a terrible launch. You can't actually do it. WoW's the only one.
It had a rise with, a downswing, and with Blizzard too. Like that game's success is connected to WoW.
Well, sure, but my
people
point
being
is
very upset with the company, and because a new MMO, if you get sick of one and you want to go play another one, that's always been an option. But like when there's like a mass momentum, a lot of creators behind it, a lot of there's a bit of a social movement, in the space as well.
I'm just guessing if you went to Amazon and said, what did you expect out of New World that would have kept this ongoing?
They expected the money hose.
That's what they expected.
When this was pitched, when they went to Amazon, like, you should get into games. They're like, I don't know. They're like, look, Blizzard makes $100 million a month on 7 million subs plus what? That's just in subs. Why don't we do that? Except I don't think they had. Did they have a sub fee?
For New World, no. New World you can play, but you
bought it and you had it.
Yeah,
but maybe they just said, well, we can. Well, instead of doing subs, we can do an X pack every year. Whatever there was on the pitch, it didn't. No battle plan meets first contact or survives first contact. But I'm sure it's dollar signs. Like MMOs are insanely lucrative. Why else would we make them? Because then they could have just made a single player game called New World and didn't have to be an MMO, right? Yeah. Like some people convinced them to give the development team money for the promise that this will be the best thing, Yeah, and when it's not, it's goodbye time.
The chat's having a heyday, reminding me of all the bugs WoW had at launch. I am telling you, I'm talking comparatively, not individually. If you take these things and you're all welcome to do this. Make a chart. WoW, EverQuest 1 and 2, everybody else all lined up, and tell me who had the best launch in relative to each other terms. I'm not saying
for
like
the
it was
era.
perfect.
You don't compare it to like game nowadays. Compare it to like Ultima Online and shit like that.
Well, even today, like these games, New World melted your GPU the minute you'd started it. It was like,
true.
None of the games ran that good. I remember when I played PlanetSide, when I first played it, it was like on it's like a Pentium 1 or 2 or so, and it was like I played on a 52K dial-up modem. There's a shooter on a 52 Pretty sure it's 52,000 or 52,000
52K baud modem,
but,
56K.
I was playing a shooter
Oh.
with a dial-up modem, and I did it for months. And wanting to have a better play experience is finally what pushed me to get DSL because like it was just email and web surfing. Like in that era, I didn't really care about Napster all that much, and like piracy. I just needed to get my shit online. But then I was like, damn, I need to play PlanetSide. I have to get better internet. And I have to get a better computer. Like that was the era where this shit mattered. Where you're like, shit, a new game came out, and I need to spend thousands of dollars again to play this thing. Like now it's not like that at all. Like that era is kind of gone. But so the actual play experience that you're talking about, Scott, probably was highly variable based on a lot of factors beyond just the game also not being buggy or not.
Yeah, but my point is, even if your game launches perfect today, that doesn't guarantee its long-term success. I'm just saying that to make it in the MMO market and make a dent that sticks initially, I think you have to launch as flawlessly as you can, and that may not be possible.
I don't even know about that. Like, I think it worked to their benefit, but I remember making the joke because EverQuest 2 and WoW came out so close to one another. I remember joking with my friends that I'm glad two MMOs came out next to each other because I just play the one that's working at the time because they both had issues.
Right.
They both had plenty of issues. But I think what WoW's benefit is, and I think it's difficult for any MMO to do, is WoW had a very clear vision when it came out of what it wanted to be. It was very polished. It was very different. It was very new. It welcomed in a lot of people that otherwise didn't feel welcomed by the genre. And in that, it cast a wide net, and it cast a wide net of a lot of people who came in and were very happy with the product that they got. They didn't come into WoW and immediately drop everything and go, you don't have this, you don't have this, you don't have this, you don't have this. Eventually that came as we played a bunch and we got hung up on certain pain points of the design and, I don't like this. It's not fun to farm for this. I need to go do this. I progressed in this too far. But for the most part, people got in and they really liked what was there. I think for a new MMO to come out, whether it launches clean or not, you get into it and you immediately go, does it have this? Does it have this? I expect this to be in it. I want this to be in it. And no MMO can launch with the amount of features that you get with a WoW subscription. When you take into account the fact that your WoW subscription essentially gets you WoW Classic and retail WoW. So that one subscription to WoW gets you two very different big varieties of MMO. And I think if you're saying, I'm going to put out a new MMO that's going to go head to head with this, you're having to go up against a juggernaut of features that people are immediately going to draw a comparison and go, it doesn't have all these things. And you're immediately launching, even if you launch well, on the back foot of, we got to get to that. We got to get to this. We got to have a plan for this. We got to have a plan to this. And you launch with a bevy of expectations for your product.
Yep. I agree with that. I think it's just hard. This is a hard time. Look at the money getting pulled from Greg's project. We may never see that get somebody miraculously picking it up. It's expensive to do.
Well, there's also like the downturn in the corporate world in terms of investment now. Like,
there's a little bit of a freeze. Yeah, there's a freeze right now. You expect an unknown MMO with potentially a decade of development time that needs to be considered a lost leader to finally find its feet in the market it wants to compete in a world full of live service now. Oh man, I don't know how you even.
And the investment money isn't there. There was a fantastic video by Alana Pierce talking about how it used to be that you could get people investing in video games. There were a lot of buzzwords around video games. People would get excited about it, but especially during the pandemic and around that time, things hit a plateau. Like they rose, they plateaued. Now they're dropping. And those investors are no longer chasing that. Mm-hmm. And now they're chasing other new trends, which gaming used to be. Now they're chasing AI.
Yeah.
You know, as broad a term as that is, well, surprise, surprise. What did Amazon say it was going to keep in terms of gaming? It was going to keep smaller, low budget things and AI focused gaming experiences. What do you know? The thing that was very specifically called out as this is what investors are interested in is what is still going to be paid for by Amazon. So right now, that's the big part of it. It doesn't matter what you like as a gamer. It doesn't matter what I like as a gamer. It's about what people with money are willing to put money behind. And right now, gaming is considered at a plateau.
Yeah, I think so. Also, weird shit like what I'm going to show you right now comes out, which is a rip on Tarkov called Duck Off, and it's selling like bananas. And everyone looks at that and goes, well, holy shit, why aren't we making that? Like, if I'm in a suit at some corporation, I'm like, well, wait a minute. Where are these
I don't think they care. No, I don't think they care. I think they're chasing. I think they're chasing the AI thing. I think everyone's just. I think the big money is like moving on from gaming. Full stop. I don't think they're going to look at something like that and go, "Let's make that."
Yeah. Well, maybe.
You know what I mean? Like, if they can acquire it, if somebody can profit from it, you'll probably find people who want to. But like a big player like Amazon, I think is. I mean, AAA might be mostly like not done, but like on a decline. Whereas like,
yeah, John, you've been saying that for years on this show.
Well, the big powerhouses are staying alive because, like, you know, Rockstar is going to release Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
If it does well, they'll continue. If it doesn't do well, it's not like there's going to be a new Rockstar that springs up. Like, there'll be decline. Like, I think like the big. This notion that there's like this Hollywood of video gaming that's dominated by AAAs, the model is just too volatile, right? It's feast or famine. You either have a hit on your hand or everyone shits on it and you've just burnt a ton of money.
Or sometimes you have a hit on your hands and they still lay off everybody. It doesn't matter. Like,
right. But I mean, the company's, it's like, what's the mission statement of the company? Are they still like, yeah, we're going to lay off people and be brutal, but we want to make games. But like a lot of these, you know, like look at Xbox, like Microsoft is not a gaming company. You know, it's a whatever we're going to make money at company basically at this point. So they can talk a good game when they have marketing to push, but like at the end of the day, you're like, what are your mission statements? What are your values? But you can look at someone like Hello Games and you just like, oh, they're just interested in making games.
Yeah.
There's no, you know, you can look at, there's still like AAA players that you can still look at and we're interested in making games, but someone like Ubisoft, you know, they're going to come out and be like, be really great to increase shareholder value to incorporate AI into games somehow.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, well, then you're not about games anymore. If like that's your priority, you're like still, that's where your revenue comes from. So you're going to water that garden, but you don't really give a shit. Like, truthfully, you don't really give a shit about what you're making. So I think that's why we're seeing like this indie thing. It's because the companies are too bloated and have no future in games. When you're like a beast of that size, it's like saying, live off crackers. You're like, I'm a tiger. I need to eat a buffalo. You know, you're looking for the buffalo.
Do tigers eat buffalo? Is that a thing? If I watch the nature documentary,
I think they
would.
Eat a bison. Yeah.
Yeah. I just don't know if they're in the same ecosystem.
Yeah, I don't know if they're in the same thing. Because you know, but what I'm just picturing something big because a tiger's not going to want to eat crackers. You know? And gamers are like, please eat crackers. Just make a good game and eat the crackers.
Yeah.
and they're like, no thanks. We want to get rich now, or we have shareholders. Yeah. They're going to be mad at us if we're not showing stock portfolio growth.
What we should all hope for is more. I'll be using them as an ancient example, but CCP is a good example of a company who made an MMO. It's their entire bread and butter, and it still is, and they still maintain it. And there's no way that EVE does the kind of numbers that would keep it afloat if this was Warner Brothers or Sony or anyone else. They would have cut cord a long time ago. But because they've stayed relatively independent, they get to do what they want. I think that that's what we wanted out of Blizzard. Too bad they're already caught in the corporate web, and it's a dichotomy, and it sucks, but that's the way it is with Blizzard. But
I think that's why we're celebrating Claire Obscure this year so much, because they came out as what was ostensibly an independent studio. I know it's not getting included on best indie of the year, but effectively it is an indie game.
Right.
And they went, look, we can make a game that looks, plays, sounds like a AAA game. Mm-hmm. And it's not tied to any of this shit that's ruining games. Yep. And I think that's part of the reason why people celebrate it so much, is because it's like, oh, oh my gosh, I thought this was going to end and we were going to all just have to get real used to being happy with pixel art for the next, 10 years till the money people came back. And it was like, no, we're going to be able to see AAA amazing experiences, even if these big companies ultimately crumble.
Yeah.
CCP is owned by Pearl Abyss.
Oh, that's the Korean company? The Korean...
That's the Black Desert Online guys.
Yeah, I didn't know they got... I mean, they seem to... who knows?
Their
They're
parent company from 2018 to present.
I guess they're good stewards until they aren't, but...
Net
know.
income 63 million. I mean, it's healthy. I think they've, Eve is a garden they water, obviously. But yeah, they don't... they have an existing product that's like providing a revenue stream that I guess is consistent. Number of employees, 173,
Yeah.
So they have people that are, they have an audience, they're making money, and Pearl Abyss seems like a video game company as well. I don't know much about any other dealings they might have. So I, couldn't comment. Looking forward to Crimson Desert.
Same.
So again, that might be a company that's just like, we're just happy making games. We have a pathway to profitability. I don't know if they're publicly traded or not, which it makes a difference.
I think in Korea they are, the Korean stock market, I think. I could be wrong on that.
I'm on their site. Yeah, traded as KRX. Yeah, it's traded. So, I don't know. Like any day, Pearl Abyss could be circling the Pearl Drain.
This is all,
and is like, listen, we need loot boxes in Eve Online, or you need to do something. Like when things are fine, but
and then when they're not, they're not. It's to me, it's like I always think about this, and I know this is pure guesswork. I don't really know what would happen. I don't live in alternate histories, but in an alternate history where Gabe Newell, after the success of Half-Life 1, said, "Guys, we're going public. We're taking Valve public." I don't know that we're anywhere near where we're at with Steam or any of this.
I'm buying a few hard drives, downloading all my games, and just waiting and seeing what happens.
Yeah. Like I think that made, I wish there were more companies who are happy to stay private and stop trying to chase this weird perma growth thing for the shareholders who don't care about your product. They care about what products. I wish there was more of that. So
I think it's a stewardship thing, though. I think I think you could get a private company that also is changing priorities every 2 minutes.
No, it could happen for sure, but they're not.
I think it's
the same reasons, right? They're like Valve. Valve prints money because they made just nothing but good decisions, and even when people poo-pooed it, they stuck with it, and it all did exactly what they'd hoped and more. But like, I don't know who owns the most. Like, is Larian 100% independent? If they are, please stay that way forever and don't change. Hello Game, same thing. Just stay in your lane. And by that, I mean, make a ton of money. We're here for you because you're making rad shit. But don't sell up to the man who's now we have expectations private. You can't reach. I hate it.
Larian's private, but like, I just think it's this bias we have because of how misbehaved towards gamers publicly traded companies are versus private.
Yeah.
But, you can have shitty private owners that make bad decisions.
I mean, EA just went private and everybody's upset about it. So it all depends on where the money is and
you're likely to be able to
all of that.
Mm-hmm.
You're more likely to be able to identify good stewards and then probably power changes hands less frequently.
Yeah.
Like I assume a lot of the chaos from a corporate entity is just like, I'm now VP of something else and you're now VP. Like people change positions all the time. People come and go all the time. And people look at those companies and just look at what can I get out of this place. Like they're not in it for, I want to work here and a passion to make games, especially probably on like the upper end, like C-suite stuff. It's just,
just squeeze the lemon till it.
Let's just sell the toys and let me advance my career and get stock or whatever it is. Like it's just, there's 100 priorities from an individual as well as a company thing beyond like making an actual good game.
Yeah.
So
somebody in the chat just asked, do you think you would turn down $100 million for Frog Pants? Meaning these companies can't turn down this kind of cash. What I would probably A, they would never do it. B, let's say they did for some reason. I would 100% take that money.
But that's like overvalued. It's overvalued.
As somebody who might benefit from that sale, Scott. Thank you.
I would make sure that
make a more reasonable valuation. Like what?
Let's say it's 10 million. I don't know what it would be. Let's say it's 10 million. I would immediately benefit everybody who I work with a hunk of that. And I would then go to do new things under a different name. And that's what happens a lot. You see Morheim out doing his own thing now, took his money and left. Other people take their money and leave. That is what people do. And it is part of the problem. It is hard. If you're a small dev and somebody's like, man, you guys creamed it with these 3 indies in a row. We'd like to buy you out for $500 million. It's very hard to turn down.
I mean, that's the corrupting aspect of it. Doesn't really feel corrupting I say corrupting in the context of video games before someone accuses me of, speaking out of turn about capitalism. But that is getting a payday is kind of the point. Just take gaming out of it for a second and just be like, I'm starting a restaurant business. I'm starting a delivery business, whatever it is. You get success and someone offers you, a fat stack, retirement money, take care of everybody in your family money.
Just reminds you how ephemeral
that's why I started a business in the first place, for the payday. Yeah. So it seems like, okay, vacuum me up, big conglomerate. That's fine. Give me my money.
Yeah.
It's pretty normal stuff. There's an argument to be made that we benefit from having a diverse amount of businesses, but big eats small. So that's just how it goes. And it just sucks for us gamers because the business is built on community building, even if it's single player games. You're generally building an audience long term. You're not just building a product for one launch, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what ends up happening is you're not just selling your company for you in that point. You're also potentially, probably, maybe not 100% of the time, nuking that community, flushing that shit down the toilet. Sort of the same in the music industry where you're considered sellouts when you're your whole band is based on anti-corporate, and then you sign with a Universal Music Group, and everyone's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
You're like, well, I'm just a musician. I'm trying to get paid. That's why I got into this. And you're like, yeah, but we bought into this because you were raging against the machine, and now we don't like you because you're a betrayer.
Yeah.
And it's sort of the same feeling with games where it's like, oh man, we're part of this group of people that just love games, want to make games. We want to spend our time playing games, and we like the quality of it. And then you sell it, and now it's loot boxes and AI and whatever other trendy ass garbage shit.
Well, I have a theory too about how some of this works. In the games that we play, that we glom onto, often are stories, and those stories are often heroic in nature, and at the end of it all, the world that you played your game in was a better place, and it went on in perpetuity. But the real world is full of ephemeralness, and video games are very ephemeral, and who owns them and who has IPs and who doesn't, what's popular. One day Acclaim is the biggest publisher in the 90s, and the next minute they're gone. I think that we fight against this more, get more upset about it than people would about DuPont or freaking gas companies or something, because our emotions are invested in stories that you helped me acquire, and I've made part of who I am, but you're all behaving like a bunch of dumb shits. I think it hits harder for us, and I think it's why we're so vocal sometimes.
Yeah. I also I think you said something, I think that's a bit of a myth. You said you'd sell frog pants and then just start a new thing on your own. I think a lot of game developers are learning right now it's not as easy as that.
Yeah.
I think a lot of egos are being checked right now. And I think even to your extent, you might think, oh yeah, if I can do it once, I can do it again. But I think if people could just start businesses and sell them for big profits over and over again, that would be their job. We would see every day 5,000 instances of small companies being sold to big companies. But most companies fail, actually, right?
Yeah.
Like 5% of businesses succeed or something like that.
Yeah.
So when you're one of the winners, you can go up on a stage and tell people, oh, you just do this and you just do that to be successful. Or, other people who have family money backing them, born with a silver spoon, giving advice to people who are poor. And the reality is lightning hits. Critical Role as a show, part of it is they're talented, but lightning hit for them. If they sold all that stuff off and started again, who knows? They're selling it for a reason, because that has value. And them starting a new, if people leaving to start a new thing had more value than the thing you were selling, people wouldn't buy it.
Nobody would be buying it. Yeah. Exactly.
So there's a magic and a fortune where you capitalize on the good fortune when something like hits. Like that's why we're continuing to do core. This is a Heroes of the Storm show. That game went tits up. I shouldn't say that. That game went tits up. Like we should be out, but Scott said we have something special here, and now it's one of the headlining shows across the network. But when we were doing Heroes of the Storm,
it's the biggest one we have, by the way. I don't ever tell people this. It has the most growth. It is the largest audience. We have the most Patreon support. The core is the most. It's tentpole now. It is like center of the thing.
Even for me, like I'm very grateful for my friendship with Scott and John and for what we have here. But I'm like a one game guy. Like it's not painful, but I do struggle with the way the show is now, having to play new stuff in a way. I don't think John and Scott struggle as much.
I like that though.
Periods I've had to adapt, but I value it so
harder
much.
with a one game show. That was hard.
But yeah, one game show is actually hard. But in Beau's case, I think that's actually to our credit as a mix, because if you were like me and every day was an arcade, and you're just like, well, I feel like putting a quarter in now. Like if that's how you felt, I would be bummed, because I like this perspective you bring of. This guy's
for
playing.
Many reasons I would have been a fool to be like, actually I'm just going to do my one game show for 20 people. Like, not that the numbers matter that much, but we have success here.
Yeah, right.
And I'm like, what is it, what's the saying, like you honor that success by working at it, and sticking with it, and like accepting there are things that you'll struggle with and things that you'll love. Like I enjoy it. I'm not trying to say it's a bad thing, but like, success doesn't come in the form that you want it to necessarily. It's like it comes in a certain shape, and then you sort of embrace it and work at it. So I think businesses probably all around to some extent are like this. You find something you try something, you're bold, you pioneer out, and then it is successful. I mean, that's like World of Warcraft. When they were making it, they were like, man, we're gonna die.
Yeah.
Like the fact that it succeeded is like all those people just can't start over again and make games. They're doing it and not succeeding.
No, they're having a hard time. But part of that is because it's all a money sieve. In my case, this is where I don't think it's a myth with me. If somebody said, "Here's $100 million for Frog Pants," and I go, "Okay, cool, I'm out," I would go still do something new, because now I would never need to worry about making sure that people that I work with are paid ever again. I would never have to worry about bills or whether my house payments due or any of those things. All of that stuff's done and out. Then I'm just left with the passion for it, which is what started this in the first place. So I don't think it works as well. Like it's kind of like those guys that do, I forgot the name of the company, Spider something software, whatever. They make these turn-based, very old school D&D style top-down games, ugly graphics. I forgot the name of this damn company or their games, but they just keep pounding them out. New one all the time. It's on PC. All of them are. They're quite good.
You have a title, like just a vague
Spider something software. Is it Spider software? Hold on, Spider.
You're talking about these roguelikes, maybe? Like,
no. They're very traditional, like Baldur's Gate 1 level, even prior to that type stuff. Like, is it Spider? Hold on, Spider software.
I see a spider web software, but I don't know.
That might be it. Is that it?
Avernum 4, is that a
That's
title?
it.
Yeah,
That's it.
like it. Yeah,
That's
Queen's Wish 2, Gene Forge 1, Mutagen, Queen's Wish the Conqueror.
Yeah.
Avalon 3.
They're just making shit they want to make. They make enough money to pay their bills and feed their families, and that's all they care about.
Well, they started they've got games going back to 2001.
Yeah, they've been at it, and they're all really well-made games and really highly thought of, and they have a very happy fan base. But these aren't blockbusters. They're not going to be at the top of your top sellers on Steam or any of those things. I always admired them, though, because they're clearly doing the things they like to do. And
they're a very small company, though. I'm on their website now. Who are we? Our current employees are Jeff Vogel, president, Marianne Chrisan, general manager.
Yeah. It's like one guy and his wife and maybe a couple other people do art or something. It's like very small.
They're looking for graphic artists. So they probably contract out or something like that.
Yeah. I'm just saying, I think that it's easy to think, well, everything you do in video games has to be a massive money sink. I don't know. You can find your passion.
So this couple's been making games for like 25 years?
Yeah. I've been making podcasts for 20 years.
No, I know. I'm just saying it's kind of adorable. It's like a husband and wife and their kids, and they've been making these CRPGs for 25 years.
How awesome is that? That is a very cool thing.
It's very awesome.
I just think that video games are thought of as this like well, we got to get some angel investors. We got to, it's like everybody wants to do that. Instead, they should just, some have done this. The guy who made Stardew Valley sits down and makes the game he wants to play, and he has no employees. It's just freaking him. And he has one of the biggest hits of the decade. It's been almost 10 years now. I love that. I admire that. And they don't even have to be that big. They can just be, all right, well done. Let's do another one. Okay, I'll do another one. That's paying the bills. That's enough. To pay the bills is enough. And those bills don't have to be a giant building in the middle of, Dallas, Texas with 800 employees. It can be you, your wife, your kids, an old friend of yours from high school, and an artist guy you met once at a con. It can be those things. In my case, it could be me hosting, editing, doing all the shit I do here. And then my pals, John, Bo, Brian, the multiple Brians, all these people. And we figure out a way to, everybody gets money where we can. Like, it can be, businesses can be this. I just wish the games weren't in such a rush to be so corporate and so out of the stratosphere successful. I understand the desire for that. That's
where the journalism comes in to help identify, kind of bad actors in the space or places where, your money is clearly not being valued, right? Yeah. And I think that's where like the loot box, the microtransaction, at the end of the day, the values for these things are getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and more expected. Right. And I think it'll get to a point where even that's not profitable enough. And then we'll just have like a space where it's like a hobbyist space again. Maybe we'll get back to that.
Maybe a little bit anyway. I love that this is only our first news story today. That's what I love the most.
Well, it's a deep topic. I mean, Amazon. I mean, it sucks. Like, just take it back to Amazon. It's like, hey guys, we're a big company. We're getting into the space. Actually, never mind. It's like
we're getting out. There's not enough money.
Yeah,
we're out.
Eat shit. Like, we should have seen it coming, a mile away. But like,
a bunch of these cuts were Twitch cuts too, by the way. I don't know if anyone meant. I don't think we talked about that. But.
Yeah, well, that's another aspect of this too. I think the Twitch era is like, there's nothing new to replace it. I think people like their online video and live streams and stuff. And there are other sites. I'm not saying there's nothing, but I think the Twitch era.
I don't know what the new.
I think Amazon's going to shit. I don't know if it's YouTube or where it goes. A lot of people. I mean, we're streaming this on YouTube, not on Twitch.
Yeah. Well, both. We have it's streaming on both. We're just focused on.
It's probably not going anywhere anytime soon. But I'm just saying, like the cachet that it really feels like. The only thing I heard out of TwitchCon this year was someone got sexually assaulted.
Yeah,
that's it. It's not funny. It's just that's the only.
That was the big news.
Note that reached me was someone got sexually assulted.
That was the big news.
Prior was someone got extremely hurt.
Yeah, in the ball pit that had no depth.
Right.
Do you remember that? Holy shit! What were they doing? It was like 2 inches of ball pit. I'll never understand that.
Yeah, but also, I mean, Would you full jump into a ball pit at your age?
No, but I also would. I would if I thought it was 7 feet deep, like a normal freaking foam pit would be. This thing was like,
that's the wisdom part where you're like, you ask first. You're like, how deep is that? And they're like, it's 2 inches. You're like, well, I'm not going to be jumping into. I'm going to be diving into that.
Chat's worried because I'm holding an X-Acto while I talk. I'm not going to cut.
Okay,
anything.
She wasn't in her 50s, but she was, an adult.
Yeah, no, she. Okay, look. Here's the thing. I heard. I don't want to say his name because I hate the shit he talks about now. But I'll say a popular streamer on Twitch. The first letter A.
Oh God.
He claims it's a he. He claims he's making more on Kick by exponential amounts than he does on Twitch right now. That's a weird thing to claim. Unless
Kick's a loss lead. First of all, Kick's Amazon, anyways, and it's a loss leader for.
Well, they're using Amazon services, but it's not. They're not an Amazon company.
Well, they got to pay them. That's some of your money. If that actually mattered, some of your money going there, but they do, I guess, pay out 95% or something to the creator.
Well, AWS is
all buoyed by stake.
Yeah, the back end matters the most in these streaming services for all of anybody trying to do it. And there are 3 real players. There's AWS, there's Azure with Microsoft, and then there's a big China international one that's like huge, and then little ones after that. Cloudflare maybe. But really, the big one is AWS. And every time somebody uses their thing, Amazon gets a lot of frickin' money from their service. So yeah, it's essentially Twitch anyway, with less restrictions. I can kind of have a nipple out if I want to on there, a little bit of nipple.
Yeah. I mean, the biggest issue for me is it's just like the few times I went to go stream there, what I do like about Twitch is like people have to have an account and a phone number and stuff like that. I put those on because otherwise people just drop in randomly and insult me, and it kind of ruins it for me.
Yeah.
You're a small streamer, so it's not like I have a waterfall of comments where I can just ignore it. And so I'm just like, so everyone who's got to check me out has to be like verified to some level, and I'm fine if that means I guess less views. That's fine. I don't need the views of assholes if they're gonna just come in there and troll me. So I think when I go to Kick, it's just like, hey shithead, or your first chat will just be like something insulting, and I'm like, yeah, this is why am I doing this? It's like goodbye. Like I don't care.
It's racist with a splash of gambling over there. All right, let's get to this story because I don't want to miss it. And we were just talking about Claire Obscure. So John, tell me why Final Fantasy VII Rebirth director is a fan.
This is in here as a very cleverly hidden way to talk about two things I really love: Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and Claire Obscure Expedition 33.
Sure.
But the director of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Naoki Hamaguchi, has been doing a lot of interviews lately, has been talking a lot about the future of Final Fantasy VII. We don't know what the next game in the trilogy is going to be called. It's exciting because we should be finding out fairly soon. We're coming up on it. By all accounts, the next one should be coming along really fast. So he's been talking a lot about his philosophy for the games. He's talked about why he thinks Final Fantasy VII Remake, Rebirth, like this trilogy is so unique because he's managed to keep the same team between all three games, which is a incredible rarity in this industry. And that he thinks that the quality of the product is owed to that. And one of the things that he mentioned is that Claire Obscure Expedition 33 is his personal Game of the Year pick, and that he really liked it. He really liked meeting the team because the team from Claire Obscure went to Japan, met a bunch of them. But he said that a lot of people have been asking, is it because it's, the future of turn-based? Does this give you new hope for turn-based? And he basically told them that he doesn't think Claire Obscure is his Game of the Year just because it's redefining turn-based. He's like, yeah, it's a good RPG. He's like, but it's phenomenal in every criteria:
right.
Storytelling, music, design, graphics. Like he says, there is nothing that it does poorly.
Even portraying Robert Pattinson by accident does that.
Even accidentally putting Robert Pattinson in your game, it succeeds at. So it was a metric we didn't know we were tracking, but it turns out it was a 10 out of 10 on that as well.
Yeah, that's cool. I like when you hear complimentary stuff out of not competing, but studios where that's a big compliment from him.
Yeah.
I really like that.
So it's nice seeing them give each other their flowers, because I think Final Fantasy Remake and Rebirth are both also extremely excellent, going for very similar things. And so seeing that shared love, it's just nice. I think what we've talked about for the past hour or whatever it's been has been a good example of like how not nice talking about video games in 2025 can be. And it's nice to have a reminder that sometimes these people just play each other's games and think they're really cool and like them as much as we do.
Yeah.
And that's been fun to see. Also, I can't wait for us to find out more about the next Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
7.
You think it gets a bunch of elements that you really like about that? Like if he likes it that much, do you think he's going to be swayed to include some inspiration in the game? Or
no, I don't know. I mean, there might end up being a reference or something, right? Like it's not impossible that they don't put in something that references it. But I think they probably have a very clear idea of where they want to go with the third game. I don't think they're going to completely change everything because Claire Obscure changed, how those games play. I feel like that would be a bridge too far. I think it's funny because when you see people, and I was in the same boat, they finish Claire Obscure and they go, I want more. I need more from this meal. I think it's very telling that you've seen just as many people go and play something like Final Fantasy Remake or Rebirth that also went and played Sekiro or, something like that. Like the fact that people are going from this, what should be considered, at least to a degree, a turn-based RPG, and they're like, well, I'm going to go play a punishing timing-based action game. Like that's what this has inspired me to play. I think that's really cool, and it's a real testament to the fact that, it changed the dynamic in a big way. I don't think they're going to do that with the third game. I think it's going to be tweaking the formula that was already there. I mean, Rebirth was not the same as Remake, but it felt similar enough that when I played Rebirth, I was like, oh, okay, they're doing the exact same battle system, and then I went back and played Remake, and I went, oh, this is completely different. They changed a lot, but they changed a lot without me thinking they changed a lot. And I think we're probably going to see more of that, more refinement and stuff like that. But he's had a lot of discussions about it that makes me think part 3 is going to be even better. I think he said that one of the big things they're trying to lock in is pacing. And I think anybody who's played Rebirth knows that game probably doesn't have the best pacing. There's definitely a couple hard walls in that campaign where you go, ooh, okay. All right, Gongaga, let's do it. Let's try and get through this jungle. Yeah. So I think that I have high hopes for it. I'm really excited. I wouldn't be surprised if we got a tease and a name or something this year, even, by the time we get to the Keeleys, which would be really cool to see, because I'm excited for it. Bo talks a lot about the things he watched. I watched a storyline theory video this past week on Final Fantasy VII and what is the story and how does it relate to everything that came before, that just got me so excited and so jazzed. I was like, I should play Final Fantasy VII Remake again.
Oh man, new run.
It might happen. I haven't ruled it out.
That's what I did this year. I played it again this year.
That's right.
Easy and hard.
Yeah,
it was good.
The OG one or
I want to play the OG.
Oh, you want? I got you. Gotcha.
I've played through Remake 3 times, Remake 3 times at this point.
Once on PlayStation, once on PC, and then again on PC.
Once this year on PC, and then again on PC on hard.
Yeah. Wow. You did play a lot of that. Holy shit. You guys still owe us a podcast about that or something, like an hour-long chat.
We do.
Yeah.
Except my memory.
You've forgotten everything.
We just got to play through the games again because we don't remember.
Play through the game again. No, I think I just watch a quick synopsis. I probably get up to speed.
Yeah.
Rebirth, I'm very satisfied. You look at a game that's beloved, then did they do a good job? It's like, I've really liked both games.
Well, let's turn the page from that to what Nintendo announced today. Breaking news, everybody. Breaking news. Nintendo is putting out an Animal Crossing update for your favorite pandemic game. That is going to bring the game to 3.0. It will bring it to the Switch 2. Essentially, they're now selling a Switch 2 edition of the game as well. That will cost you $65. If you already own the previous game, you will only pay an uncharacteristically low price for Nintendo of $5 for the upgrade. It's pretty good, I have to say.
I think that's $5 more than they should charge.
Well, it should be free. Don't get me wrong. Free should be the answer. I agree with you.
Oh, I got to buy something I already own? Cool.
Yeah, it's a little lame, but you're going to get...
Totally not an abuse of your system.
You're going to get 4K resolution. You're going to get updated textures. You're going to get...
Pixels ain't free, John.
It's still locked at 30 frames, which annoys me. It should be 60. That's lame. Mouse support for the furniture layout stuff and all that, so you can flip your Joy-Con and use that to properly move shit around. I actually think that's a good thing. There's a megaphone thing, a mic basically, where you can talk to your Switch. I'm never doing this, not even once.
It's like a bunch of cool features I'll never use.
Yeah,
sweet.
But they want you to go, hey, like if you got a villager named Lupus, you can go, hey, Lupus. And Lupus will come running up and go and talk to you.
It's a villager named Lupus.
A bad choice of name, but anyway,
I've got a villager named Deep Vein Throat.
Lupus.
deep vein thrombosis up the road.
He's a deer.
It's a little deep vein. From
Actually,
thrombosis
if they let me rename all my residents, maybe you already can. I actually don't know that. But anyway, it's never been lupus. It's always been these are all real names. Like Lolly here. Say that's a character. Anyway, the return of here's some other stuff. You get expanded online features up to 12 players, previously 8. Chat, Switch 2 camera support, all that stuff. The update applies to both Switch 1 and 2. You're getting this resort hotel thing where you decorate hotel rooms, invite guests, earn hotel tickets, run a brothel, and have hookers over. Just kidding. None of that's true. I made that up. For exclusive items, expanded home storage, item cap increased from 5,000 to 9,000. That includes trees, shrubs, greenery, that kind of thing. And Rossetti's back. Rossetti will clear parts of your island more easily. So if you're like, man, I want that whole quadrant cleared out. Rossetti, who's got zip to do these days without the save feature.
Because nobody's resetting.
Yeah, nobody cares.
Job.
So he's like, I'll gladly do it. So now he's going to run up and tear up your shit and get it all cleared out for you.
Looks
So.
cool.
Yeah,
look, I will say this. This is an upgrade I might get. I like Animal Crossing. Yes, $5. I will say is more than they should charge, but I can look at that and go, yeah, I'll spend $5. They have the better version on Switch 2. Why not? Mm-hmm. I think there is a reasonability to that price. It's not obscene. It's a good price. I think in principle, I feel like if you're never going to lower the cost of your games, if you're going to say this game we put out years ago is still worth damn near $70, I think maybe spending that kind of money, no matter when the game came out, should at least lock you into always having the best version of the game wherever it may be. But that's my principled opinion, and millions of Nintendo fans worldwide have let Nintendo know that they don't agree with that.
Yeah.
So this is the world we live in, and I'll spend my $5, I guess, if I decide to get back into Animal Crossing.
Yeah, I don't even know if I have I have PTSD about this game because I played like everyone else, the living shit out of it during the pandemic, and it just reminds me of the pandemic. Like, this was such an escape for me that I don't know if I want to go do this again.
Every time an Animal Crossing has come out and I've played it, something terrible has either happened in my life or the world. So I just don't know what to think. If they ever announce a new Animal Crossing, I think
maybe you should play it now.
I think I'm worried about it.
That's funny.
That way you can break that disassociation.
Yeah, but we'll see. I'll probably pay the $5 so I can talk about it on the show. I don't even know where my save is.
Don't pay the $5. Finish Ghost of Tsushima.
Well, yeah, I mean, I could do that, but
because I'm doing it in my head, and I think this is right. So this one was the pandemic, right? At least everybody was in the boat with me. The one before was I played New Leaf on the 3DS. Mm-hmm. I think it was New Leaf. Yeah. That's what it was called, right?
That was New Leaf, yeah.
So that was a year, and right when I was getting into that game, where a relationship I had been in for a really long time ended, my grandmother died, and I was forced to move back home with my parents, and I lost my job.
Shit.
So that was New Leaf. I was literally turning over a new leaf because everything in my life changed.
Damn.
And then the original Animal Crossing, because I've only ever really played 3 of them, I think. I was still in school. My parents moved to Phoenix, and they relocated. And I tried to live with my grandparents for a time, and then that didn't work out great. And so then I ended up moving and trying to finish half a year of high school in a completely new place. I got valley fever, was incredibly sick right after I moved down here.
Jeez.
So yeah, every time an Animal Crossing comes out and I play it, something terrible happens. So
what's
don't play it.
What's valley fever? Is that like a tick thing or
Valley
something?
fever is something that almost everybody who lives in like the Phoenix area gets at some point. For most people, it's just like a little cough.
Yeah.
For some people, it kills them. It's real fun. Like if you're an older person with respiratory problems,
like
right?
the flu or anything else, sure. Right.
Yeah, like it can be fatal, but not to most people.
But it's a virus though, it's a transmittable disease, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's probably just
fungal infection, apparently.
Ugh.
Healing spores from the coccidioids.
What's a
Fungus in the
coccidiode?
soil.
It's a creature that lives in the water.
Called dioids. No, not diodes. Dioids that live in the soil.
Dang,
you can get
dude.
infected by breathing in the fungal spores that become airborne when the soil is disturbed by wind. It's especially common in the southwestern U.S., including Arizona.
So it's like hantavirus where you get from the mice.
Symptoms are fever, cough, fatigue, and rash, similar to the flu. Severe cases. The infection can spread from the lungs to other parts of the body and be life-threatening, especially those with weakened immune systems.
Damn.
Yeah.
So wait, you guys don't have like you guys should be living with masks on. Like if there's
now.
So if like some wind picks up and this deadly mushroom bacteria particulate, you breathe it in, you get sick. It sounds like it's bad for you.
Yeah, you have to be named Joel.
We used
for
to have a dog that loved to just go dig, not like a deep hole, but just the light hole, move everything, and just lay in the dirt. So we can't imagine how both my dad and I got valley fever, but it's funny because
it's not a virus; it's fungus.
Yeah, it's fungus.
It sounds incredibly made up. And I had to call my job when I got diagnosed with it. And I told them, I said, hey, guys, I got diagnosed with valley fever. And I don't know when I'm going to be able to come back to work.
Yeah.
I will call you on a weekly basis and let you know. And my boss was like, what?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I guess we'll talk to you later then. And
Nice.
sounded real annoyed, hung up. Apparently he Googled it.
Yeah.
Apparently he got off the phone and Googled it because I'd say maybe 5 minutes went by and I got a call back. Hey, do not worry. You get to feeling better. You take as much time as you need. I never asked him what story he read that got him so scared, but he was very skeptical when I told him. And then when he called back, he was the most supportive, like, oh my God, I'm so sorry.
That's funny.
You live on a No Man's Sky planet where you land with like 100 toxicity.
Yeah.
Look, listen to this. Around 4 million people live in areas where the valley fever fungus is prevalent in the soil. About 80% of these people live in South Arizona. Okay, I thought it was an 80% chance. The chance of infection is about 3% per year, but the longer one resides in an endemic area, the greater the risk.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So you just live there your whole life. Mm-hmm. That number becomes 100% at some point.
Yeah,
Phoenix does about 50
It'll find
things.
ya.
That's
How many?
That
how
area
many
is
valley
always saying
fevers
don't
per
live here.
lifetime?
Oh, can you get it
Like,
more
how many
than
times
once?
does the
I
average
don't think
person
you can get
valley
it more
fever?
than once.
You get immune to it?
I think you get it and then you're done.
I found a picture
it's
of
a
you.
fungal infection. I don't think you get immune to it. is
I
what
found a
I'm trying to
picture of
say.
John with it. Here it is. This is him for a brief while.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, a couple
That was
weeks.
it.
Couple weeks.
Yeah,
like
there's no prevention or vaccine at this time.
that.
It's fungal. It's not a virus.
Yeah. So don't get it again, is what we're saying, John. Be
So
careful.
you keep getting. It's like every year you get bit by a poisonous snake. You don't get stronger against the poisonous snake. The poison's still poison.
By the way, I thought you were going to say you get bit by Keith David.
I'm just really concerned for my friend. I think you should move. It sounds like it sounds like you live on a No Man's Sky planet. It's like toxicity levels increasing. Like it's just.
Yeah. Be
Like,
careful
why
out
does
there.
anybody live there knowing this? I didn't know. This seems like
Oh,
horrible.
you should hear about the heat. You should hear about the snakes and the bugs.
There's already a big list going against it, but now it's like, oh, we have fun.
They have jumping cactus. They have cactus that will leap into you and not let go. There.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the answer. Yes, it is possible to get valley fever more than once, although it is rare. Most people who recover from valley fever develop immunity to the fungus it causes. However, in some cases, the immunity may weaken over time or be compromised by other factors.
And this happens.
So, in general, you become immune to it.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's the hope and
Seems
the dream.
weird because it's not a virus, but I don't know much about fungal infections.
I'll tell you, my reaction to getting it was wild because my dad had it. So we thought we would know what it was because he had it. He was older, so he had it for real bad for a while. And then I got it, but all of a sudden, my body, it looked like I had chicken pox. I got blemishes all over my body, something that my dad had none of. My hands turned bright, like crimson red. I looked like a leper.
Jeez.
And I was like, I went to the doctor. I was like, what is this? And they're like, you got valley fever. I was like, my dad had valley fever. His body didn't do this. And they said, well, it's a side effect. Your body's fighting it at an accelerated rate. This is a side effect. And I was like Wolverine?
Wow.
And they're like, yeah, like Wolverine. I didn't realize, probably more like Deadpool, right? But yeah, apparently that was, and I didn't have it for nearly as long. I was really sick for about a week and had symptoms for about a month.
A week. That's just life in the valley.
This is how it goes.
It does sound
Like
like
every young man and woman's gonna go through their caucus diodicitis. It's a rite of passage. And you're gonna get it at some point.
Yeah.
You may just get a little cough, or your face might melt off. Either
like
way,
to
you're an
think
Arizonan.
Yep.
Now people are terrified of coming here. They're like, "Oh my God, Arizona!"
I mean, I'm just more. It's like premium terrified. I was already terrified of Arizona. Now it's you unlock new tiers of difficulty.
It's like another planet.
there we go.
down there.
Next time somebody's like, "Yeah, it's hot, but it's a dry heat," I'll be like, "Yeah, well, we also got valley fever."
Yeah. We got fungus that thrives.
What do you think of that?
Poo.
Yeah.
There's mushroom poo in the air.
He's like, mushrooms thrive in the wet and dark. Not here.
I don't know if it's from a mushroom. It's fungal, which is, I guess,
They're adjacent.
family. But I don't know if it's literally a mushroom or not.
Well, all I know is that Animal Crossing New Horizons now has Lego in it.
And
It's got Lego shit.
oh yeah, look at that.
She's about to get valley fever. Enjoy your
Future
happy
valley
day.
fever.
Tomorrow's gonna
Enjoy your
suck.
That's the first symptom. You walk into your kitchen and it's all made of Lego, and now you know you have it. But
the fever was the worst part, you guys.
I hate bad fevers. There's
It
nothing
was
worse.
so bad. I had a light in my room that was blue.
Mm-hmm.
It made me afraid of the color blue for a period of time because I got such a bad fever. I got such a bad fever that I was laying in bed and I couldn't sleep because of all the other symptoms, and I was just out of my mind with fever. And I was like, the color blue is consuming me. The color blue, I can't escape it. And like, it never occurred to me to turn off the light or to not deal with it. I felt terrified of the color blue.
So if I turn on an episode of like Smurfs, you'd just lose your shit.
I'm fine now. I'm wearing blue right now. I got over it.
No, I meant at the time. Like if I would have said that would have bugged you to see all that blue.
I would have been uncomfortable about it. Okay. And then I started rapping at one point. I do remember that. I was laying in bed and I would just start rapping.
Do you remember what
I know it was about world peace. I know it was about that. I don't remember any of the other lyrics.
I want to hear it.
I rap when I'm feverish.
I've never heard of that, but
you don't have a weird fungus in the Utah Valley?
Probably do. We have hantavirus here. It comes from mice poop, and it's dry, dusty, like summer style stuff. That's probably an Arizona thing too. But if you get hantavirus, it's a pretty bad respiratory thing. We have Rocky Mountain fever, which you get from ticks. If you go up in the mountains and you come back with a tick you don't take care of, you can get that. And that can if you don't detect it and it gets bad, you could get blindness. There's all kinds of shit you can come from that.
Yeah, ticks are real bad.
Yeah, the American West, baby. Woo! We got shit out here. We got Mormons. Just kidding. We do, but I'm not. It's fine.
You're all fine. Mormons, you're okay.
You're all fine. I grew up here. Everything's good. Hey, John, one final note. The Firaxis company, the company Firaxis, is removing Civ 7's biggest series, let's call it divergence, the thing that kind of made it unique from 6 and even 5, really, or anything prior to it. And you're mixed about it. What is it so people understand?
Yeah, so they announced that they are looking to do an update to Civilization 7. They're currently testing ways to basically remove the evolving empire structure that is present in Civilization 7, which is basically you pick a civilization at the very beginning. It is not the civilization that you will be throughout the entire game, because at a certain point, you will hit the next age, and that civilization will branch out and potentially become something different. So what may start out as, like you may start out as like a Native American tribe that might progress and somehow in a couple years, you're France for some reason, like through the decisions you've made. this has been a very controversial decision they made, not because of necessarily just like people want to pick a civ and stick with it, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think a lot of Civilization players are like, oh, I play Egypt, I play Greece, I play whatever. And I don't want it to evolve and change. And you could kind of see some of the good ideas behind it. Like if you look even at like Civilization 6, like if you look at the tech trees, you know, some of those civilizations that were more prevalent as ancient civilizations have really unique features that only last for like one era, and then they get outshined by something modern. Or, you know, you might have a younger civilization that has all these modern features that, you know, you might not make it that far into the game, and you might not ever see. So the idea that your civilizations in the era that they are most relevant, you can kind of see the logic behind putting it in there. But it's been a very controversial change, and they're now looking for a way to make it to where that's something you can opt out of, where you can pick one civilization and
out of a
stick
boardroom,
with
to
it.
be honest.
I mean,
And so
look,
that's-
I think I know where John's headed, but let me just throw this in real quick. I admire their desire every time they roll into a new one to shake it up, change it, tweak it, give us something new to do. On paper, I think this sounds neat. In implementation, I just think it's kind of brute forced. It just is like, now you're a different thing. Enjoy all the new things. You're a different thing now. I don't think that's fun. And I'm a little surprised, like Bo said, I'm a little surprised I got past that. You know what I mean? So
I just don't think it's just very logical. Like, you know, you're building up an empire and all of a sudden you're a different empire.
it's just kind of half-assed is all, I guess.
It doesn't, you know, like the game is not a perfect representation of managing civilization anyways. It's a video game board game with a lot of, you know, combat is just like dudes on a hex going, and hitting another hex. Like, that's not how real war works. Like, you know, obviously that kind of critique sort of breaks down if you apply it everywhere, right?
Yeah.
So why not be another Civ? But I think to some extent, and you know, other games are doing this, like Genshin Impact, you can change your characters. Like, it's not an unheard of thing. I just think you form a connection with your territory and with your people and with what you're doing. And just to have that go away for the sake of variety seems... My prediction is people wouldn't like it, and I think that's kind of feedback. I think that's the kind of thing you would want to do with a mod or with a game type to see how people react to it before putting it in your mainline game, I guess.
So I would ask John, what you're mixed. So this sounds like maybe something that would bring a lot of people to the game again and go, hey, this is out now. Maybe that's for the better, but maybe you don't agree.
I do agree that this is something that maybe should have even been in there to begin with. But I think the part that kind of makes me sad about it, and I've kind of gone back and forth on how I feel, because I read it and I was like, and I just kind of felt meh. And so I spent a little time trying to figure out why I felt meh about it. And the best analogy I really have for it was, it's like if you went over to someone's house, right? And they said, hey, I am doing homemade fresh baked cookies for you. And you were like, sweet. That sounds amazing. I'm excited for that. That's fantastic. And they put them in the oven and they took them out too early and they were kind of doughy still and they didn't quite cook right. And they went, don't worry about that. And you went, oh, okay. And they said, we're going to pop open a bag of Chips Ahoy. And you're like, well, okay, I guess ultimately, yes, I'm still getting a cookie, but it's not really what I was hoping for. And this sort of feels like the same thing to me in the form of, I want them to be experimental with Civilization. I don't want them to feel like every couple of years, let's make the exact same game that we made before with better graphics. I want them to feel like they could try something new and experiment with it and go, hey, look, you know, you love what we did before. That's great. It still exists. We're going to try something. We're going to try something different this time. And I think a lot of the things they tried in Civ 7 this is how I came to the brilliant cookie analogy, thank you, was underbaked. It just was like, yeah, I see what you were going for, but this doesn't feel good. Like, it felt really weird to be dealing with like big world issues. We're in the middle of a war, my nation's in the middle of a war with somebody else, and this is going on. Oh, the age has changed. Well, now some units are gone. The war, like the structure of things, some territories that were helping me just don't exist anymore. I'm now considered a completely different civilization. Like, but I'm still in that war. Like, the world evolved in this era shift, which, again, you can draw a logic line to it and say, well, yeah, an era change didn't happen overnight, so this is, in theory, a span of time. But... it's just, it felt weird and jarring, and I didn't ultimately like it. And saying, okay, well, we're going to just go do it the way we did it before. Okay, that works. But it also doesn't evolve the game at all. And I do want to see them evolve Civ and do something creative with it. So on one hand, it's putting in something that I do feel like, yeah, that probably should have been there to begin with. On the other hand, it's like, well, if we're just going to do a prettier version of what existed before, why are we doing this game?
Yeah.
I think it's onboarding. Probably they're trying to bring new players into the game, other people into the game, so they simplify things rather than, because the answer is like, obviously do more simulation, have more government types and options and things, but that's complexity creep, and that doesn't sound. It's already a complex enough sort of pitch.
Right.
That they went in a direction like, oh, well, people like novelty, so why don't we do a novelty thing where you get new things all the time? Because that's modern.
It's also a hard stone. It's a hard stone.
It's not substantive.
It's a hard stone to get extra water out of. They've kind of done so much with that series. Like, what are you going to actually do to really shake it up? And I don't know that there's much for now. So this actually is going to drive. I'll speak for me personally. This is going to drive me to play it again.
Yeah.
I'm excited to get back into it.
I didn't buy it because of the very feature. Like, I appreciate what John's saying about experimentation, but like I heard that and went like, oh sweet, I guess it's going to save me money. Like I'm going to be out on that one. Maybe the next one will be better.
Yeah.
Like I just completely wrote off. Part of it too is Pepperoni Pete likes these kinds of games, and there was some complaining that it was console-ified to some extent too. Like it feels like design decisions are because they want to put it on Switch and stuff. And I think it goes a little bit beyond just like console, like PC Master Race stuff. I think with a game like that, the kind of people who like those games want the little knobs and the numbers. Like they want it to be complex. They want it, like if there's a way they want it to improve, is they want it to improve in a direction that doesn't look enticing for a company that's trying to bring new players into the game.
I kind of wish they would have stuck to what they did with 6, because 6 had all the PCification you could imagine one of these games having. But then they made the version for the Switch. And it is an amazing version of that game for the Switch, and they didn't dumb anything down, but they really were smart about interface decisions, so it was controller friendly. This game, but that's basically 2 builds of the game. They're not the same code base, really. I mean, at the end of the day, they're separate. You can't just load one up on a PC. This one was meant to be, well, we got to try to be universally ready for everything. And
this one has one of the worst UIs I've ever seen in a Civilization game. I could not believe, like, for as clean and nice as some of the elements in this game looked, some of the menus looked like people spent years crafting the perfect menu, and some of them looked like, oh, Jesus. Like, they looked like somebody put up a gradient box and slapped a graphic on it and were like, pick yes or no. And I know some of this stuff has been fixed. You know, my big one that I complained about was they made a massive change to how trading worked. Oh. Like if you wanted to go trade with another nation, like in 6, you built a trader, they appeared where you built them, and you said you got a menu of cities you could go to on the side, and you clicked where you wanted to trade with, and off they went to build the trade route. In this game, it looked exactly the same, little cheaper, little worse. And you click the city and nothing happened. Yeah. Because you were somehow supposed to intuit that you needed to click the trader, go to the city you wanted to trade with, right click to send them there, let them take all their turns to move there, and then once they were in the territory, then go, okay, make a trade route.
Yeah, I like the auto dude from the other one.
It's like, why is this being made this way? This doesn't make any sense, or even just something as simple as the ability to click, this is what I want in my tech tree, and have the game path that out for you and show you the optimal way to get there.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
At least it didn't exist. It might now. It's been a little bit since I played it. So there were a lot of UI and interface choices that just baffled me because they lost a lot of quality of life stuff and didn't pick up much on the other end.
I like the builders better, though, in 7 than 6. 6 got rid of the... I like the builders in 5, and I like the builders in 7. Builders in 6, they lived for 3 turns or something and then died.
Well, you got 3 things that they could do, and then they were gone.
Yeah, I hate that. I hated that. Give me a unit I can just... Like any other unit in the game that can last all the way to the modern age, if they live long enough, right? I don't wipe them out. I can have those original warriors can one day be a tank battalion. If you're going to let me do that, let me do it with the workers, for shit's sakes. I'm not that fired up about it. I just sound like I am.
Yeah.
It's not that big a deal.
Yeah.
We're all going to...
No, I know what you mean, too. I sort of hate that they run out of juice, too. It's annoying.
It's just weird. It was a bad idea, but 7 got rid of that. So it's nice.
Like I just don't know why they expire. I guess maybe there's some game-breaking thing if you make too many.
Yeah.
I mean, in Civ 5, you would just sort of do automate improvements. Like, you would just go, hey, automate improvements, please. And then they would just do that. And eventually they would run out of things to do. And you would just have a bunch of worker units standing around, especially once your Civ's, like, territories all kind of merged and touched. And they would work everywhere. So they just kind of ran around. They were kind of a nothing thing that took up turn resource. So I can kind of see a logic to it. But I don't know that I ever went like, yeah, this is so much better. They don't last very long.
Yeah.
So, boy, am I having more fun now.
Oh, I got a thing to build. I have a build. Oh, no, I don't have a builder.
Technically, you should be making new units because, like, years go by.
Yeah.
Every turn.
It's like that was a half step in that direction, but only for
It's
workers.
like, I'm always like, are my warriors 5,000 years old? like
Yeah.
You forget about that one guy. You've got like airplanes and nukes and microwaves, and you got one unit with a club that you forgot about up north that was scouting.
I love that though when that happens. It's like you forgot
it is
to
a board
upgrade
game,
scouts.
so it doesn't need to be realistic. It's not meant to be a simulation, but like at a certain extent, you're just going like,
Wait, are you saying
If
me
my
starting out with cavemen that are run by George Washington is not realistic?
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Well, anyway, there you go. That's all the news you can stand. We're going to take a break when we come back, we'll talk about the games we played. Did John finish a game this week? He did.
I did.
Did I almost? Yeah.
Did Bo? No, I didn't.
No. But lots of stuff in between. So please come back soon. We'll be right here waiting for you. It'll be about 5 minutes. Stick around if you're live. You'll watch the John show, I think. Right, John? Is that happening?
John show.
All right,
Yeah.
John show's
I'm
on.
gonna lake run.
I'm going to go pee and get a drink, and John's going to do his thing. So stick around. We'll be right back. Hey, we're back, everybody. Come on over. We have food. Just kidding. We're back from the break, though, and if you weren't here for the John show, boy, you missing out. Become a patron or be here for the stream. All right? One way or the other, you'll catch it. It's time to talk about games we played. Damn it. So here comes, right here. Oh, that's not the one I want to play at all. Hold on.
I liked it.
There it is. Hey, let's talk about Slots and Daggers again. I've talked about it for I think I talked about it a week ago. John got it also, talked about it last week. You've 100%ed it.
Yep.
That game is done, right?
Big thank you first and foremost to Disco Biscuit 9, who gifted me a copy of it and said, I think you'll like this. I did like this.
It's fun, right?
Now, I say 100%ed it like, ooh, hoity-toity, look at me, professional video gamer John, 100%ing. All the achievements are beating the levels of the game. Like, you
Right.
basically beat the levels of the game, and you've 100%ed the game.
Right.
It's not like they have really set a crazy high bar with this particular one. But, yes, I did beat the game. I had a very good time with it. They are still working on the game, which is probably good because once you unlock a couple things, because like a lot of roguelike games, you play through it, you have some runs that feel absolutely impossible to progress on, and then you get to a point where you're like, okay, well, I can invest some of this long-form currency into some permanent perks and upgrades. Once you hit some of them, I have intentionally tried to lose runs that I've still beaten the game. I've beaten the game about 3 times now.
Yeah.
And right now I've unlocked a level of things that I would actually have a much harder time not beating the game than beating the game.
Yeah.
Like, I basically have to pick builds that didn't do any damage at all. And even then, it would take a long time.
Right.
So it is a game that you can definitely power yourself up to a degree where the game can become trivial. And that's fine. That's part of the fun. The first time I went through it wasn't like that. It was definitely felt like I was getting by the skin on my teeth. And but yeah, it didn't take long. It took, 100% run, and I picked up some upgrades that pretty much trivialized the game.
Yeah.
But the fun thing is the builds that you can do to break the game are so fun.
Yeah.
And that's one of the keys of these types of games is I think that the best form of roguelikes do let you kind of break the game, but they have to let you do it in a fun way. And this is a game where when you get it to where every time you do a skill check and you pass it well, you get a reroll, and it just feels like one turn goes on for 10 minutes as you just kill these bosses. It feels so good. So I really enjoyed it. It's very flashy. The way they do the bloom, it feels like you're in an old arcade, with just those big bright yellow lights. I love the way it looks.
Yeah, it manages to be lo-fi with a sheen on. I don't even know how to describe the art style. It's like crusty and ugly and in some ways, but then it's pseudo 3D, and these coins shine even though they're kind of low red. Like, it's hard to explain. It's a really rad combo of things, and it's done in Godot, which made me think of BEAU a little bit. Yeah. Anyway,
although one of the monsters you fight is 100% a penis.
Oh, there's lots of there are a few where I'm questioning, but there's one that's absolutely a penis.
There's one that is just, hey, penis.
Hey, what do we got here? A penis.
I also noticed that if you don't fail a run, like if you actually beat the game, you don't unlock anything new, which I think is a weird decision.
Yeah.
Because like if you play through the game and you lose, it's like, oh, hey, you tried hard. Here's some new items for your next run that you've unlocked. Once I started beating the game, either I already have everything and it just doesn't look like I do, or you don't unlock anything for beating the game.
Yeah, it kind of has no end game, this game. Now, he's said publicly in a few places, I follow him on socials, he says working on an end game, endless mode.
Yeah, there is an arena mode. I haven't played much of that.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is. Is that what? It's not with other players. It's something else, right? Like,
no, I think it's something different. But
that unlocks
I
with your
haven't really
first.
Gotten into that.
Yeah, your first win, you unlock that, and then that's another way to play. But I guess the demand for give me more has been pretty high. The game's only $6, so it's not like you're getting a really good value even for what it is, but the fact that he's going to do some more stuff, I think is great. I really dig this game a lot. Game is rad. And it's one guy, and I like supporting one man. And if you're like, wait, what does this game? Explain it a little bit. All right, it's retro fantasy roguelike inside a slot machine. Basically, that's the idea. This guy's name is Friedman. It's one dude, and he has this little company called Future Friends Games, and he publishes game. It's got 4 to 8 hours in this campaign. I would argue it's closer to like 5 to 6, if I had to guess. And then that arena mode that you mentioned. Right now, 94% positive. That's pretty damn high. And 6, but for like 5, what is it? Sorry, 559. How are you going to beat that? Go get it.
Yeah, I have about 6 hours in it. That's going well beyond beating the game. Like I said, I've beat it about 3 times. And so, because it's just fun to play. It's you put it on, it's very low stakes. If you don't you can try to do the thing where you watch the rollers and you go, oh, I'm going to time this and I'm going to get some. I just, they made a slot machine. I just go stop. And if I don't do well, like, hey, just like a slot machine. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. And you can feel very good about low stakes like that. So.
Yeah, you're so right about the flair, though. It just feels good. And every loss, even, you're like, wow, I want to go back in there and feel that again. The dopamine's getting hit every roll. Like the reason people gamble. It's very similar, except you're not gambling here. You're doing something very different. But That's two online. That's two slot machine roguelike good games this year, by the way. That one and the other one, the name I forgot. I don't know where Steam is. I can look it up. But that game is also cool.
Dicey.
No. Shit.
Clover Pit.
It's a weird name. That's why I don't know. Well, yeah. It's about getting as many clovers as you can. And that's how I have to remember it to be tied to the game. But I still failed. Anyway. Clover Pit. Catch it. So that game was, just not to confuse anybody, that's Slots and Daggers. Okay?
Yeah. The game we just talked about, Slots and Daggers.
Love that name.
The game we just referenced, Clover Pit.
There you go. Disco Biscuit 9. That is a great name, by the way, the guy that gave you that. That's fantastic. Guys, I got some good Chorecore news. If you've been on the hook going, man, Scott really hasn't called something his favorite Chorecore game of the year. You're right, I haven't.
Hell yeah, it's time.
I found it. It's in the familiar pants. It's Powerwash Simulator 2.
Hell yeah.
This just came out, I want to say a week ago. I picked it up day one and hadn't had a chance to play until this week. So I played a whole bunch of Powerwash Simulator 2, which, as you might guess, is a lot like Powerwash Simulator 1. Rightly so, it should be. But there's a bunch of interesting ideas at play here that I think make it worth the jump in. When I say jump in price, it's not even really jump in price. It's the same price as the first game. So they're not trying to nail you for anything extra or whatever. But it is definitely a sequel to the thing you already liked if you had played it. It's a first-person power wash simulator. You got these sprayers. You're upgrading them all the time. You're cleaning stuff. Brand new campaign with 38 jobs across this like expanded location. A lot more open worldy looking. It's not necessarily open world, but a lot of vistas, and like I had to do a billboard out in the middle of the desert, trying not to get fungus.
Yeah, you're not in the middle of like just a little garage.
No, it's now like a big open. It always had houses and stuff and playgrounds or whatever. This just has expanded the scope of it quite a bit, and that takes you out of the original town that you were in, and you still do stuff there, but the truck we're watching right now is the very first job, and I'm also happy to say they upgraded the look and physics of everything. The grime and gross, disgusting crap on that truck looks better than ever.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah, water
and
looks
look
great.
how clean it's becoming.
I know, it's so clean because you're washing it with power washing, and it's like simulating it, right?
If you don't understand why this is cool, did you see how dirty it was? And do you see how clean it now is?
Yeah, what does that do to your brain? Well, my brain tingles a little when that happens.
My brain gets happy. So this is great.
Yeah, it's pretty great. So
Any big new features?
Yeah, so here are the things that are different. There's a customizable home base. It's basically like your home. So think, well, you're talking about Animal Crossing. That's probably a bad example, but you have this home base where you and your friends can play if you're doing co-op or on your own if you want, whatever. And you can buy and add furniture, decorations, carpets. They have big empty rooms you can just decorate the hell out of if that's your thing. You don't have to do any of that if you don't want to, but it's an interesting part of it. A lot of cosmetics that you just unlock in the game. You also have a bunch of unlockable cosmetics for your suit that you're in and for your spray hose devices and all that. There's a whole bunch of those to unlock. And you do it with currency that you earn in the game. It has, like I said, online and local co-op. And one of the local options is split screen. So they're going old school with letting people split screen. I assume the console version's on TVs will best benefit from that, but PC version also supports it. And you can do custom maps. There's a built-in editor this time, so you can make your own shit, which I'm actually going to mess around with because I think that sounds like fun. I'm going to make some stuff. I don't know what yet. I'm sure it comes with a bunch of assets. Steam, what's the Steam Workshop? Steam Workshop, that's what it's called. They'll have what's that thing called? Something Workshop. Anyway, that one's will have stuff as well. It's new, so not a lot there yet. And they're going to do more. There's more stuff planned. Last time, remember, they did a Warhammer 40K crossover.
They did Final Fantasy VII.
Fantasy VII.
Cloud's motorcycle. I watched Tifa's bar.
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool. Big mechs, and wasn't there a big mech in the Final Fantasy pack, like a big Sentinel
you clean
thing?
the air buster at the end.
That's what it was. It's just so stupid and great.
Look, you want to know what the real feature is? Do you see how dirty this this truck was?
Yeah.
Now it's clean.
Yeah, look at it now.
look at it. Look at how clean it's getting from spraying it with water.
What happened in the truck?
I know, right? This is like Breaking Bad shit, this thing.
Clayface exploded.
I will say this, a couple of nice quality of life features in that regard. I don't know if you remember, but in the last game when you were getting close and you were at like 99% complete and it was like a house and it was the exterior and you're like, where is this pixels worth of dirt I've missed?
Yeah.
And you had to really think about it and find it, whatever. This game
because they would tell you the name, but the name didn't necessarily tell you. It's like fence.
Yeah.
You're like, great, I've narrowed it down to the fence and I'm looking for a speck that needs to be sprayed.
Yeah, so this does two things. These are two things you can turn off. They're on by default in 2, but the two things it does is once you're down to just 3 things left, I think they borrowed this from House Flipper 1 and 2 does this as well. When you're down to 3 items or less, you'll now get a checklist in the corner that'll tell you what those 3 items are. So you'll see those by name. But you also get a little crosshair that will appear in the general vicinity of where you need to be going. So in your scenario, John, if it says fence, you'll see a little crosshair as you get close to it that will be like, this is the area. And then when you get up there, it's still kind of up to you to find it, but it's in that little zone. So just some nice little helpy things to not make you feel like you're, because sometimes you get real lost. It sucked. It was not great in the first game. So they've eliminated that. I like that a lot. I think that was a really nice move. The other thing I like a lot about the game is remind me, did the first game, I played a lot of it, but I can't remember if I had 2 versions of squat. You basically had standing.
No, you had like kneel and then you had like lay on the ground.
Okay, if that was there then it's still here. I just remember this, it's a lot more prominent in this, like there's a lot more shit to look under, so I feel like I use it more or something. But the other thing that they for sure changed was in the first one, if you wanted to put soap on stuff to make the job quicker, you had to buy soap canisters and have them like ammo kind of and reload them. And they're expensive. And every time you do a place, if you ran out of the shit, you're like, well, I guess I got some of it with soap. The rest I'll have to just, spray by hand and deal with. They rightly figured that wasn't as fun as they'd hoped. So now you have a soap dispenser that is, once you have one for the device, I think it does, if you just sprayed all day, it would at one point run out. There's like a little gauge on it, but it refills almost like a cooldown almost.
Oh, all right.
So you never have to
I never really used soap. It was like, that's a bridge too far for me. You're asking too much of me. I just want to spray things with water.
Which I think is what if I had to guess, they had that feedback or they even had data that said no one's using soap. We got to change this. Because the soap is a cool mechanic. And in this one, it's so much, because it's essentially free, I'm using it all the time for tough stains. So like if there's an area where even the tight little spray isn't really quite doing it on the medium duty sprayer. This all sounds so dumb as I hear it in my ears. Anyway, if that's not working, then you lay soap over it and immediately that stuff's just going to slough off because it's soaking in this like caustic soap. And it's great. It's actually very useful, but I hardly used it in the first game for the reasons we talked about. I like it a whole lot. I think it's rad. They have a roadmap with a bunch of features that aren't even in there yet. It's easily my chore core game of the year. There haven't been many bangers this year. No shipbreaker to challenge the king. This is this is as close as I get. So I really like it. Powerwash Simulator. I played a ton this week, more than almost anything else because I just got sucked in again. And you know what? You know what you can do in this game? Perfect second screen game. You got something else going on. You're listening to an audiobook, a podcast, whatever. Fantastic for that scenario. Because you just don't need to pay attention that much. You can hear, especially hearing things. Like if it's audio, it's just perfect for that. Real quick, you see, here's one that makes this unique. This screen or this cleaning here, you can't see it if you're just listening to the show, but it just looks like this weird platform in the middle of this town or this square, and you have to clean it because it's dirty. It's obvious. But once you finish this thing's going to rise up out of the ground like this secret little bunker place. And then you go in there and then clean it from the inside out. It's like got these multi-stage cleanings of a thing that you're not even sure what it is until you clean it. Let's see if I skip ahead a little. You can see how they do it here.
It looks like someone just took a shit in the middle of a...
It really does. It looks like the poopy. There's no question about it. All right, so once he gets this part, here we go. Watch this. So he stands back. Here we go. Wait, escape. No, this guy doesn't know.
He missed it. He was too busy.
See, it went up. It went up while he wasn't looking.
He was too busy.
Yeah. Well, anyway, it rises.
Bad player experience. What are we doing?
It rises out of the ground, but then eventually when he gets this all cleaned, his methods kind of suck. That door right there, he's going to go in there. Let's see if I can get to that part. But you can't get in the door until you clean the guck. And as soon as you do, the door is going to open. Let's see if I can get there. Here we go. Yep. Now you see he goes in here. And now it's this disgusting bathroom. It's like just so gross in here. But it's fun multi-phase stuff. They didn't do that in the first game. It was just like, here's a dirty thing, go clean it. And this one's got these wild, like, new ideas. So I'm going to give it a nice, I'll give it 9.5 gallons of water out of 10.
Wow, look at you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Big water.
We're doing that, huh?
Yeah, maybe just this one time and never again. I don't know. Maybe. But Powerwash Sim 2, very, very cool game. Available now, and I want to say it was like $22. It's cheap. So go get it. Then I got something from a listener. I picked up, or he sent me a copy of Advance Wars clone called Warside. And you will not be confused. You'll see this and go, wait, a clone of everyone's favorite tactical turn-based hoo-ha from the Game Boy Advance. Yeah, you know the one. I mean, look at this.
Advance Wars?
Yeah, you'd almost see the screen and go.
Actually, yeah, that does look like... That looks... Besides the guy, because he doesn't look anime enough. No. That looks exactly like Advance Wars.
Yeah, it's one of the main... If you read any like negative reviews, the biggest beefs are like, you could have shook things up a little visually. You sort of just copied things, But the DNA is there. Why those games are so great are here, and there's some things I like a little better here. Like you don't have to put a troop out of commission while they jump on a building to become yours. You can just tap a building, and it will slowly do stuff over time and fortify, and your guy can still go out and do stuff. Your unit can still fight. Little things like that. But for the most part, this is that game.
Yeah, if it wasn't for the lack of anime people, like they replaced the anime kid with the drummer boy from Whiplash.
Oh, shit.
Don't know that.
Other than that.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I kind of actually like the character art. It's a little more, it's less silly.
His name's Jackson. Oh, boy.
Yeah, Jackson with Colonel Beckett over here. The thing about it is just maybe it's a little less personality as a result. That's maybe my only complaint, because the draw of the battles, the turn-based tactics are there. It's good. Like advantages in trees. You're on a mountain, therefore you get plus this and plus 5 damage because you're on elevation. Or if you're hidden in the trees, you get plus 5 block or whatever. Rock, paper, scissors style, like these are good against this is good against that. Do not use tanks against this, or don't use little guys against these trucks or whatever. That's all there. You get more advanced stuff later, like flying vehicles. It's Advance Wars, like straight up. They're not even kind of trying to hide it, if I'm honest. It's like kind of the same. It's the same game, but I'm not complaining. Like I can't complain because it's what I kind of wanted.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, look, you might as well.
Yeah, and Nintendo's barely doing anything. They have that remake they had that took forever to make, and that's fine, but it's the same games as the first games. So playing something a little bit different here. Let's see if I can find some of the air stuff. I've gotten pretty far. I don't see him in this map, but anyway.
Hold on, we're getting more anime now.
Oh yeah, just see that guy up there?
I saw somebody with a weird face mask.
Yeah, let me pull that up. Let's see. I lost it. But yeah, there's a little bit more. You also, as the turns come, you spend money on new units because you earned cash for wiping out their guys and taking over their headquarters. And, it's that game. Everything here is that game. You would almost, tell me I'm wrong here. If I screenshot this and said, quick, you can't think too hard about it. What game is this?
You're gonna go, I'd say Advance Wars.
It's Advance Wars. Yeah. But I love Advance Wars. It's one of my favorite series of all time. So this is right up my alley. It's reviewing pretty well. Like I said, complaints are mainly that they didn't go far enough to make it its own thing. But I like it. And I want to thank Oda Kun.
OtakuNet21.
Thank you. OtakuNet21.
I like Otaku.
Otakunet.
OtakuNet21.
He gave me that one day kind of out of the blue, and that was really sweet. Speaking of which,
They say Star Wars characters have gotten stale, but Otakun is pretty cool.
is it? What is that? I don't even know what that is. What is the reference to?
No, I'm making it up.
Oh,
It's
it
not-
sounds
it's
like
not
Star Wars. I believe
It
you.
sounds like a Star Wars Otakun.
Yeah, I actually believe you.
He's one of the side Jedis in the prequel trilogy.
Nice. If I since we're here and we're thanking people, I'm going to also thank people for games I haven't tried the week. So I'm going to say CT7567. Sorry. 67, dude.
It's literally numbers. He still messed it up.
Yeah, and it's 67. The thing all the kids are saying, the stupid 67 shit. Anyway, CT7567.
Did you see my joke about the Borg?
The Borg.
By the way,
Was there what happened with
six of seven must
Six
be really
of
popular
seven.
at Borg parties. These
Oh
days.
right, I forgot about that. That was
Everyone's
awesome.
like 6 of 7, 6 of 7.
Yeah,
6 of 7.
oh, it's great. The kids love it,
Oh my
man.
God,
Never
it's
stop.
so terrible. My son is doing it because the teenagers taught him it.
Yeah, because that's what
I'm not thrilled about
yeah,
it.
the teens are the worst. Anyway, he gave me a copy of Lasaria, and I'm going to try it this week. Now, from what I've read,
That sounds like you got a disease.
I got a bad case of Lasaria.
Sorry, guys. It's going to be a rough weekend. CT7567 gave me Lasaria.
Yeah,
And
there's no cure.
I got to see a doctor.
Yeah, you might be able to treat it, but you've got it forever, Lasaria. Anyway, it's a fantasy kingdom sim RTS. It's real-time strategy in the combat. You build and manage magical kingdoms. You guide heroes through indirect control in the game, like give them tasks, and they kind of do this stuff autonomously. It's almost got like a factory builder vibe when it does that stuff. It's inspired by Majesty, which I never played. So I don't know a thing about Majesty, but apparently Majesty and its sequel are considered like all-timers by a certain player base who just love Majesty. And pretty sure the gifter here, CT, believes that. He loves that shit. So he wanted me to try it. I'm going to play it. I have not done anything but install it and launch it and watch a cool intro.
I was going to say, this is quite a cast of characters we have going for this intro.
Yeah, and it's not bad.
We've got like Weird Ant, Too Much Gold King, The Brute,
Yep, and they burp.
couple of bald guys.
Yep, fully voiced. It's cool, man. Anyway,
Oh, this is like a kingdom management, eh?
yeah, it's like an RTS mixed with like keep your kingdom awesome and keep growing it and all that. I'm going to give it a shot. It is, last I checked, it was in the high 80s, low 90s for reviews, so it seems solid. Anything that's inspired by somebody's favorite game is always going to get a little more scrutiny, but I never played Majesty, so I have no bias on this, but I am going to try it out. So just big thanks to him for sending that over there. That is called, where is it? I lost it. It is called Lasaria. You get that in the Arizona desert if you breathe in the spores.
Yep, fungal infection.
Lastly, I'll just mention some patched games that I just think people want to keep their eye on. I've talked about these games at length, so I'm not going to do it again, but Utopia Must Fall got a patch. Fumes got a patch. That's the Mad Maxi thing I showed you guys not long ago.
Yeah.
They really improves things with that. That game's getting so cool. It's in early access, but it's so cool. Fumes got a patch, and Rottwood from Clay Studios is shaping up, dude. Like, real good.
Sounds like what you get after you kill you in this area.
I got a bad case of Rottwood. Ugh, would be more like wood rot, right? On the order of it. I don't know.
Maybe.
It doesn't matter. Either way, you're screwed.
Like the wood's rotten. It's not going to be pleasant.
But yeah, if you haven't played any Clay games, then you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. But their games are always good, and this game is shaping up to be rad. It's kind of their next roguelike slash kind of, I don't know, they're taking some cues from Hades, but not entirely. It's a very different kind of game, but I'm really liking it. It's come a long way. So
Yeah,
anyway,
I played this on launch in 2024.
which one?
We talked about it on the show, Rottwood.
Oh, when they launched the EA, yeah.
Yeah, is it out in 1.0 now?
No. I just checked in to see how things were going, and it is vastly.
Has it changed? Like, because it was over a year ago I played, so
It's just really polished now. Like, and it kept my save, which makes me think you wouldn't have to worry about early access saves getting chucked. I could be wrong, but Lots of
kind
changes.
of game you'd want to start from the beginning because you build on knowledge, so it's fine anyways. Even if it didn't, I think.
Yeah, a lot like there's some
Multiplayer game too.
Oh yeah, you can totally co-op in it. There is a aspect to it that I really like, which just feels like Hades. It's just how you get your abilities or how you augment your build as you go along. And it's, in Hades, you got your two choices. When you're done, you got the two doors. Well, in this case, it's just two options will pop from whatever you break at the end to open, and then you got to choose one of them. So it's a simplified version of that, but just feels good. I like where it's headed. So I'm going to keep playing a bunch of that.
There's definitely some new stuff. There's their animation's so sweet.
I know. Nobody does it like that here. It's so nice. Well, I shouldn't say that. I think John's side-scrolling beat 'em up from last week, Absalom.
Yeah.
That's a pretty game.
It's very pretty.
Yeah. I'm this close to buying that one. Like a little hair from your bum. All right. That's it for me. John, what did you get up to? Oh, I meant to buy this today and I haven't had time yet, but how's Outer Worlds 2 treating you?
The Outer Worlds 2. I mentioned that I played through the intro of this last week. I've gotten to spend a lot more time with it. Played through the intro about several more times. And
did you find a build you like, or
here's
Oh,
I'm going to open with a complaint because it explains a lot of the issues. This game fundamentally makes a design decision, and they chose to do this, that I disagree with because it doesn't work well with me. Other players might enjoy the hell out of it. It might be fine. It's not even gonna ping you. For me, I don't like this decision. And what that decision is this game makes it very clear other ways you could have handled a situation.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is, let's say I go up to a guy and I talk to him. Their dialogue tree pops up. There's things I can choose to say. We've all played an RPG. We know what this looks like. In this game, you will see a couple options, and then down at the bottom, it'll say locked by engineering, locked by speech, locked by science. And it tells you the skills you're lacking to not be able to interface with options that are there. I don't like this.
This is in the first game too, right? Or did you play the first one? Or no?
I did.
Okay.
I don't remember if it was there or not. At the very least, with the way the first one was designed, I didn't seem to butt my head against it as much. But it did take me a long time to get into the first one as well. So maybe I did. But it's been a while since I played it. I don't like this method of designing. I think it is a lot better to not know what you're missing and be surprised when things on next playthroughs. I feel like a good RPG, this is just my philosophy, lets you think you are playing the best version of the experience that you possibly can at all times. And it doesn't feel uncertain with itself enough to have to tell you how it would be different. Because you're in that situation. What does it matter that you know that engineering would unlock a different dialogue option?
Right.
All that is flexing. Now, sometimes in some of these cases, yes, you can go, oh, I can't do that, so I'll come back and try again later. But most of these things, it's like, no, you're locked. You're in that dialogue. You have to make a choice. You're not going to be able to go and pick it. What you're doing is you're kind of just flexing your, like, look at how deep our systems are. And I think Baldur's Gate 3 was a much better example of what I like in this, which is you go in and, as far as I know, I did what I wanted to do. But then I sit down and I talk with Bo, and he goes, well, here's what I did. And I go, I didn't even realize that was a thing. I didn't know that was a thing you could do. That is rewarding because I feel like my experience reflected my character. Whereas when you go in and you show me what all the options are, and you say, but these are the ones you can't pick because you don't have points in the right tree, I go, well, then I made a bad character. I messed up. There's a better way to do all of this. And there isn't. Because the game has enough options and variety, you're not supposed to have everything. But it makes me feel like I'm playing incorrectly by telling me by constantly going, but look at the stuff you can't do right now.
You're getting FOMO from being told there's a path there, basically.
Yeah.
I don't love that either. Now that you describe it that way, it's not my favorite system.
It's one of those things where I just don't like it, and it's backed up by everything in that game is a little too binary for me. It's like, do you want to unlock this? There's no skill tied to it. There is a lock picking skill. And we've decided that this is a lock picking 4 skill. So you can have lock picks, but you're only lock picking 2, so you can't unlock it. And it's like, okay, fine, I guess. And it's just one of those things where the game, I feel like I'm constantly bumping up against mechanics instead of being immersed in the world.
Right.
And the initial effect this had on me was I kept restarting because I was like, well, I want to see what all these things do, because how do I know I'm playing the character the way I want to play the character if I don't know what all these things do? Like, one of the skills is observation. And it's like, hey, you're going to find hidden stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, well, okay, how does it manifest that? Right? Like, because to me, I feel like if I go to a painting that like you can look behind, regardless of whether I have the skill, I should be able to look behind it, but I should have it pointed out to me if I have the skill.
Right.
Like, that's my logic, because we live in the world where it's like, oh, you discovered it. Congratulations. But that's not how it works. In this, you have to take a point in observation, and then you have to be in the world, and it'll point it out, and then if you have the skill and you look at it, then you'll be able to do something. But what if I only have a level 1 observation and the thing that's hidden is a level 3 observation? That's not going to manifest. So I have to know things that I can't possibly know to benefit a skill that I don't really know why I'm putting points into it until after the fact anyway. And nothing in the game rewards you actually being observant, right? Like, if I'm playing Skyrim and I'm walking through and I go, oh, look at that, I see a trap there. I can try and disarm it, or I can just throw something through it, or I can jump over it, but I'm rewarded because I, as a player, was observant. Not because I just picked a numerical value in a stat and the game did it for me. And I don't love that this game kind of breaks everything down to that level of just like, well, you just don't have a skill for it. So, you know, it's fine.
I get that.
Now, all that said, if you've played games like The Outer Worlds, if you played Avowed, like, I think Avowed is better than this. I'll just say it. Like, if you're going to play an Obsidian RPG this year.
Oh, wow.
I would play Avowed. I had more fun with Avowed than I did Outer Worlds 2 so far. Do
you think it's, well, I mean, you're not really, you like sci-fi and you like fantasies, so it's not like a problem with the setting, right? You just,
no, and in theory, I've a little overdone on the fantasy side. I actually was more excited about the fantasy.
Yeah.
So I it's not that I dislike it, but and obviously they were making these games at the same time. It's not like they put out Avowed and Outer Worlds 2 is a reaction to Avowed.
Right.
Like, there might have been elements that informed back and forth, but one of my favorite things about Avowed was anywhere you went, you felt rewarded for exploring. Like, that was one of the coolest parts about that game, is it was like, I walked off the beaten path and I found something so cool. Outer Worlds 2, every time I've walked off the beaten path, I've gone, why am I in this room? Is there something I should do here? Yeah. And then sometimes I happen to have a skill that coincides with that room. Or I'll see a computer terminal, right? And I'll go and I'll look at the computer terminal and it'll be like, well, you can't do anything because you don't have hacking. Like, I'll know something's locked because it'll show you, but it's like, well, I can't do anything with it. So there's like an extra barrier check to exploration that feels unrewarding. It's like, well, I went in there and there was nothing I could do because I don't have the skill check to interact with this. And I think Avowed, the RPG systems, while simplified, enhanced that world. The Outer Worlds 2, the RPG systems seem at odds with the game. I constantly keep finding myself bumping up against mechanics where it's like, I can't play the way I want to play because there's a stat or skill or something blocking this decision. And I either have to, if you're able to, remember that that's there and come back after I've put points into it. But a lot of these things you're locked in. And it's like, well, you didn't have it at the time, so you don't get it.
So what's different between that and other RPGs where a grayed out dialogue option happens because it says your your charisma is not high enough or something? Is it much different than what you're used to with the Fallouts and the whatnots that do that sort of thing?
I don't know why it's coming across more noticeable in this. I think it comes down to I'm not feeling as clear I couldn't do this thing, but I could do this thing instead. So
you need a break?
Sorry. Yeah. Oh, my throat decided okay, you've talked enough. Thank you very much.
Yep.
I mean, it's like one of those things where you get to this is in the tutorial, so it's not really spoilers, but there's a spot where you enter into an area and you can talk to a guy, and if you have the speechcraft choice, you can convince him that you'll help him and he'll let you go, but you don't know that. So if you don't have speechcraft and you start that dialogue, then you lock yourself into, okay, well, I got to fight robots that he's going to sick on me. If you stealth your way in and prevent him from being in a position to fight the robots, there's not really an interesting interaction to have there. He just attacks you and you just kill him and then the robots get released. Or you can if you had I think it might have been hacking or something. If you got another thing earlier, you can go a stealth route and go a completely different way. It's just one of those things where it's all very one or the other, and you don't know. And actually, Dave Jones in the chat says, would you prefer dice rolls? And yes, I actually think this is an important component. I think that part of what makes Baldur's Gate 3 so effective is you might not be able to succeed. You might be in a situation, right, where it's like, maybe I didn't pick speechcraft.
Yeah.
But I can still try to convince that guy that I should be there.
Right.
And maybe I succeed and it's really cool, or maybe I fail and it just goes the way it would have gone anyway. This game doesn't give you the freedom of that. This game's like, you didn't pick speechcraft, you just fail because you decided to talk to him. But I didn't know that's the way it would go. So this game sets you up to either succeed or fail based on information you don't have. Whereas Baldur's Gate 3, for example, you have the same chance to succeed or fail, but you can act in the moment usually. It's very rare in Baldur's Gate 3 that you sit down and you go, well, geez, I just didn't know that this is the way it would go. Usually something happens and you go, I can react to that, and maybe I don't have good options, but I can at least try something.
Yeah.
This game is more like, oh, good, you did it. You succeed. Or, oh, you shouldn't have done that. You fail.
Whenever there's a game with a fail state or a success state, and it's a lucky pick, you choose it, you're not sure what the outcome is, I would always like a dice roll. Like, just make that standard. In the corner somewhere, nice little futuristic, in this game, little futuristic dice, D20, rolls with advantage or not, or whatever it's doing, +5 to the thing. And you fail or you don't, but there's something about that tactile roll that I find that way more fun than just, well, in the background, it was decided. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I would love that.
So I feel like
trash?
I'm really, Bo just said it. So the game's bad. It's not great for me. I can't say I'm having an insane amount of fun. Yet it's not terrible though. And that's the biggest problem is I feel like I'm trying because in general, this game is receiving favorable reviews. People seem to like it. I do think the story so far has been pretty interesting. I do think the Outer Worlds as a universe is not as interesting as some of the other RPG universes out there. It tends to fall a little bit more on the cut and dry. There's not a lot of nuance in the Outer Worlds, too.
I always read it as a satire. Satires tend to be less developed.
Kind of is, yeah.
It is, yeah. Actually, that's a very good way to say it, is that because that's what they're presenting, there's not a lot of room for nuance and managing and figuring things out, because it's like, well, no, we're too busy poking fun at, capitalism gone crazy.
Sure.
And that's fun. Like, I think the joke about I bought the collector's edition, so I got the mercantilism debuff, is one of the funniest jokes in gaming I've seen this year. It's really good.
Yeah.
There's some funny moments in that game, but sometimes I do feel like that can get in the way of interesting storytelling.
Yeah, I don't know why this is, but you've really brought it out in a way that I've tried to formulate, and I beat the first game twice, but I even felt this way about it. Thematically, the satire is corpo, capitalism run amok, galaxy-wide's a mess, and then it's contrasted with, well, here on the ground, we're just shooting each other in the face, and just, it's awful, there's mutants, and it's bad. Fallout does that, but it does it extremely well, and it's not a corporate thing, but it's like the old world creeps in. You hear old music, or some of the stuff you see in a room is like these ancient relics of the 50s before everything went to shit, or the robots are a little too friendly or something, and it creates discordance and makes that world really layered and interesting. Whereas this, I think, is trying to do the same thing, but it's a little one note. It's like you walk up to a guy and he goes, "Hi and welcome, and aren't we glad that Coke makes such a refreshing drink for you and me? Anyway, what can I help you with?" Like it's a little too like that joke every time.
Yeah.
And I, as much as I love playing through the first one, like I said, 2 different times, 2 different builds, melee and ranged. By the time I was done, that stuff didn't matter to me that much. I like the systems and the combat and other stuff better. Maybe I'd be fine here, but I understand what you mean.
I think you'll enjoy it, and I think people who like the game will enjoy it. I'm not trying to paint it as a bad game, but I am trying to explain my, I typically really like RPGs. For as much people went hard on against Avowed, I really liked Avowed. It's probably going to be somewhere on my list of favorite games of the year.
Avowed's awesome.
This game just isn't. This game actually feels like the game that I was hearing people complain about with Avowed. I heard those complaints and I was like, I don't know. Some of these seem legit, but some of these seem really bent out of perspective because people are mad about something, developers said or whatever. And some of this seems artificially inflated. Some of those criticisms I feel like actually land on this game more legitimately, where I feel like it doesn't feel like as much of an RPG as I wish it was. It feels a little bit, occasionally it feels a little bit like a theme park ride. And where you go on the theme park ride depends on, what skills you've picked up along the way. And I just keep kind of butting my head against it. But I'm not trying to say it's a bad game, you won't like it. I think if you like the Outer Worlds, you'll probably like this. And sometimes they do interesting things. One of the first kind of big branching path decisions you have is the game makes it very clear you need to agree with person A or person B. Mm-hmm. And you kind of get their broad perspectives, boots on the ground. And it's one person just wants to negotiate and talk everything out, and the other person just wants to kill everybody. And it's oh boy, they're really painting things black and white, aren't they? And then the thing that's interesting is when you meet them and you listen to their perspectives, the one who's painted as wants to talk things out, at least my interpretation of it, I haven't played far enough to know if this pans out, but as I was talking to them, it became clear that this was a person that yeah, they want a peaceful solution and they think the path to peace is through like brainwashing, right? Like removing people's freedom of choice, and that will save lives. And you go talk to the person who's painted as a warmonger and they're like, yeah, I want to fight and I want to take out the people that are causing problems so that we can spare the people, because the longer we just let them run around, more and more people are dying. So I want to do a targeted strike and put it into the, people losing their lives. And it's like, oh, interesting. Like, this is kind of compelling because you've painted someone as a warmonger, and now I'm sitting here kind of more on their side than the person that's like, no, we should just talk things out. That's an interesting thing to do.
Yeah.
But that's a little drop in a lot of stuff that's going on around it. And I haven't enjoyed the other stuff around it nearly as much. Especially because there are weird barriers. Like, I went to continue that quest and I got stopped by a gate guard that I'm not allowed to just shoot, it seems, because there's a weird icon next to him. And I think when they got the weird icon, I don't think you can kill him. And they're like, you can't come in here. And I'm like, oh, my bad. They're like, go on this other quest to figure out a way in. And it's like, oh, I guess I have to? Okay. There's no other way to figure this out. There's no other way to go around this. All right, fine. It just occasionally it doesn't seem to want to be an RPG. And I think it's at its weakest when it decides to not be. And I feel like it's making that decision more often than not.
You're making me want to just play Avowed now. Why is this happening?
Well, I mean, you should try it and see what you think. You're obviously a huge fan of the Outer Worlds.
I do like that
Play
first
it
game a lot.
And come in and make everybody who loves the game happy by telling them how crazy I am. That's
So are you going to bail on it? You don't sound like you're too enthused.
I might bail on it. Like, there's a part of me that keeps wanting to play it because I'm like, no, this is my type of game. This is the type of game I like. I've been looking forward to it. I didn't buy I did buy the expensive edition so that I could talk about it last week on the show.
Yeah.
Now you got to.
But
You did that for the show.
like,
you sacrificed it for us,
it was more for the show.
Right.
But this was a game I wanted to play. I was looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So I just don't feel compelled yet to get into it. But I also had this problem with the original Outer Worlds game. It took me like 3 false starts before I was finally like, oh, I'm really enjoying this.
Yeah.
Fallout 3, I played the day it came out, was like, well, I hate this.
Yeah.
And then several expansions in, I played and went, oh my gosh, this is one of my favorite games of all time. Like Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Did not like Cyberpunk when it first came out. Some of these games just take a while and expectation meets reality, and I bounce off of it, and then I come back and I go, oh my gosh, I love it so much. So that could happen here. But every time I look at my game list on what to play, it feels like an obligation whenever I'm like, I should play some more Outer Worlds too.
Well, the other question I had about Outer Worlds is the first one had not the greatest melee combat. It was passable. It was better than Skyrim, but it wasn't that great. It wasn't a huge leap forward in terms of first-person melee combat. Avowed had awesome melee combat. That felt great when I still had Game Pass and I was playing it there. Is this like that? Like a meteor? Or are you just doing ranged and you don't know?
I've mostly been doing shooting.
Okay.
So, but it does, the couple times where I've had to hit somebody, it does feel like it has a little bit of that impact that Avowed had.
Yeah.
But I have been mostly shooting.
Okay. Fair enough. Well, there you go. Still undecided, but, obviously a good game. Just a question of how good.
It's up to your taste. And I think there are going to be some people that go, I love that I can see what the choices are, because that tells me, if I keep finding that there are these engineering checks that I can't pass, then I know engineering's a skill I should pick, right? Like the next time I level up, I should start dropping some points in engineering, because obviously every time it comes up, I wish I could do it.
Yeah.
So I'm sure there are going to be people out there that feel the opposite of me and go, no, that helps me inform how I want to build my character. Because every time I see it, the problem is I'm the kind of person that every time I see it, I think I need that. So I can't do a hacking. Okay, I should put a point in hacking. I can't do an engineering. Okay, I should put a point in engineering because clearly I need to. Oh, this guy, I can't solve this quest for this guy. Like, it has the opposite effect on me. And I think the game gave me a flaw. Because again, the game does occasionally assign you debuffs based on how you're playing. So I think the game even recognized that I was doing this because I got a flaw that I think was called Master of None. And so the idea was that I was going to get a third skill point during level up. Normally you only get 2. It was now going to give me 3. But the counter to that is I could only put a point in either a skill that was at 0 or whatever was at my lowest level. So it's a way to sort of do the bard, jack of all trades, master of none thing where it's like, yeah, you're not going to be as high, but you'll be good. But in a game with dice rolls, I love that because it's just helping your odds at being successful. In a game where it's pass fail, that's kind of a useless trait. It's not super fun.
Yeah, I get it. If the fun ain't there, what are we doing? What else you get up to? Let's see. Oh, the MK thing. Why are the reviews so low? What's going on there?
Are they low?
They're really low. Well, on Steam anyway.
Why are they low?
54%. I heard some chatter about AI shit in there, and that's enough to make reviews.
There's AI art apparently in there.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
But you played this, yeah? What do you think of this compilation?
I mean, for me, I guess I'm just looking at the thing because I was like, yeah, why is it bad? So I'm just taking a moment to look. Very let down by this collection. Sound is god awful, broken in Mortal Kombat 2 Arcade, no online friendly matches, no leaderboards. I feel some bad. So sounds like there's some people who are unhappy with what they have put in here. Proof of AI slop being used in it. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to go down this so I'm just not just reading during the show. But I booted it up. I haven't done very much, and it sounds like a lot of people are upset about the ideal versions of the game. I did not play the ideal versions of the games. I played the Game Boy version of Mortal Kombat, a notoriously trash version of Mortal Kombat. I played the Sega Genesis version of Mortal Kombat 2. Not the ideal way to play Mortal Kombat 2. So I went in and immediately started checking out some shitty versions of the game. Now that I think about it, I did play Mortal Kombat 1 Arcade, and I was like, there was music in this game, right? Because I wasn't hearing any. So there may be some issues. Something like that can be patched. So I have hopes that maybe they'll figure out whatever that is. Especially because this studio does have a good pedigree with that sort of thing. The stuff that I really liked about it was from an archival perspective. I've been making my way through the documentary stuff, which has been really fun to watch. It does have a thing called The Crypt, which is a series of documentaries about the history of Mortal Kombat. It's presented very much in the way they did those Atari games, where it's a timeline. And you can, here's a series of images and we're going to tell a little bit of the story. And now here's a little video that tells this part of the documentary and move forward and go through it. Another cool thing that I really like is you can look at the roster of characters and it shows a list of all the characters that are represented in this game. You can sort by roster of who was in what game. And when you select the character, it'll show you their biography as it was written for each game, what their story was. You'll get to see their story screens for their intro, for if they win the tournament. Like, for people that are nerds about that sort of thing, which I am, it's really cool. I really like it. But looking at the mixed reception, I would say be careful because maybe what you're going in for might not be there. I was not going in this as somebody that was like, I'm gonna play some competitive Mortal Kombat. I need some lobbies and leaderboards. I know where I am on a Mortal Kombat leaderboard. It's the bottom, and I don't need a leaderboard to reflect that. So not something I'm going to be looking for. But if you are, I would definitely get in and read the reviews and see what's going on with it.
If you're looking for the historical record that it is, it sounds like you'd be a lot more pleased than if you're like, man, I'm going to go in there and be the top guy in 2 or whatever.
And that's where I am. I note that I didn't play the ideal version of these games. I went immediately and was like, I want to play some of these shitty experience versions of Mortal Kombat. That's what I want to do.
Yeah.
And so, I had a fine time with that. I did notice, I was a little curious because I played, again, the only one that I played like a version of that should be well taken care of was Mortal Kombat 1 for the arcade. And I did think that the sprites looked a little weird. And I was like, is that because I'm playing this on a modern monitor? Or is there something going on here with how they like cleaned it up? I thought it looked weird, and for some reason there wasn't music. So there may be some legitimacy to that. But from how I approached it, this isn't something that made me go, this game's terrible. Because I was just like, I just want to watch the documentaries and goof around in these games and stuff like that. So I think the level of importance you put on those things, read reviews and be careful, it sounds like.
Yeah, also, how do I put this? Whatever. Your mileage may vary on whether you think $49 it was worth the price tag, right? Like that's maybe one of the beefs too, is that if they're not wonderful versions of the games or there's some glitchiness on the online side or whatever.
I mean, they advertise this as these are the best versions of this game, but it sounds like maybe that is not the case. So I'll have to read more about what it is. I usually don't like to read reviews before I come in here and talk about it because I don't want other people's opinions to be what my opinions are. But it looks like there are some people who have gone down the rabbit hole with these that have some serious qualms, and I would say take a look at that because that's certainly not the review I'm going to give you because I played it on the Game Boy and was like, hey, it was shit then and it's shit now. Congratulations, you did it.
I get it. I feel that way about, the Game Boy, if I'm honest. Now I'll get the emails. I've deflected from you, and now I'll get the emails about thinking the Game Boy is kind of jank. Anyway, hey everybody, let's move on to what else did you play? Is that it for you? No. More Dispatch. How'd it go?
The next 2 episodes of Dispatch came out, and my God, I'm having a wonderful time with this series.
Game of the year?
I love it. No, but it's...
I mean, no. It could be Game of the Year. You haven't finished it yet.
I'm going to say this. I'm not going to say I won't put it on my list.
Yeah.
This is definitely more TV show than video game. There is a game here, and the game informs the story in a very fun way. Like, the way the gameplay part of the game works in conjunction with the story they're telling is very interesting and very compelling, and I think they do cool things with it. I am not trying to be completely rude about it, but to me there's not enough game here that I would feel good at putting it as Game of the Year. Might be up there for Story of the Year, might be high, but it's not video game enough for me to be like, hell yeah, Game of the Year. I
mean, Walking Dead Season 1 was Game of the Year. The year it came out, and, there wasn't much to it. How is there more or less than that game here?
In some ways, I would say more because there's a whole 2 levels of mini games beyond just picking your dialogue options and stuff. I feel like I'm getting baited into being way more critical of this game than I want to be. I came here to give this game nothing but love, and you're all making me talk shit
we're covertly
about it.
attacking your precious Claire Obscure, because if this game's game of the year, that means Claire Obscure is not.
No, there's
you feel
no
very
way.
strongly about that game.
There is nothing that can happen in this game that is going to beat Claire Obscure.
Oh man,
Claire
It's not
Obscure.
fully out yet. You don't know.
I can confidently say this because this might be in the running for one of my favorite games this year. Claire Obscure, I'd have to sit down and try and figure out where it is on my favorite games of all time. There is a difference.
But you finished that game, but not this one, so we don't know.
I haven't finished it. Yeah, I mean, who knows? We're halfway through. Okay, leave me alone. Shut up. Let me talk about the game. Jesus Christ.
keep lay it on. We want to hear how awesome this is.
I've been interrupting so much.
So the next two chapters are, I would say, even better than the first two, because again, they've now shown you the basics in the first two. Now they're doing very interesting things. And last week, one of the things I talked about was that I felt like they were like, when you go and you watch other people play the game, you start to see that like, there's not as much variance in the story as you thought. And I said, maybe they're trying to avoid the Mass Effect problem of like, oh, we allowed for huge variance right out of the gate and all of these branch out. And now all of a sudden it is this massive mess that how do you wrangle when it has to all come together at the end? I feel like that might have been right, because these next two episodes definitely allow for much wider variance on what happens. It's not really a spoiler. They say it right in the tagline for the episode. Episode 3 deals with the idea that you're going to have to cut someone from the team. So already right there, you're looking at potential major variance in how playthroughs could go, as well as the nature of, the fallout from that and who you're going to interact with and things of that nature.
Right.
So the story is starting to get, a much bigger rift between what my playthrough looks like versus what Beau's playthrough might look like when he plays. And it is one of the things, and I'm not going to say you have to make your own decision on this. I'm not trying to change anyone's mind with this statement. I am very glad I am playing this week to week. I'm a person who sometimes I love to binge TV shows, and sometimes I think shows are better week to week. I think WandaVision, for example, was better week to week than it would have been binged. I think as a week to week show talking about, what do you think that is? What do you think that means? And like stewing on it, it worked for me. There are other shows that I've watched where I'm like, I would have enjoyed this a hell of a lot better if I could have just watched this freaking show. And I think that metric is going to be different for other people. I have loved following the discussion of this game week to week because I play through it. I'll watch other people do their playthroughs because it's an easy way to see what happens if people make different decisions than me. It's how I know on the first two there was not a lot of variance. It's how I know on these next two there's big variance between the two of them. And I like hearing the discussion. So I would watch, you'd go to the trailer and you'd read the comments and you'd hear people going, oh, I think this is where they're going and this is what's going to happen. And you get a general feel that like, oh, this is what people think. And then the next episode comes out and you're like, they were all wrong. Everybody got it 100% wrong. This is fun. And I think, for me at least, something would be lost if I wasn't having that. If it was just like, oh, just finish it, give me 8 hours and I'll just finish the game. And this game, I think for me, there's something elevated about it because a week isn't a long wait for your next 2-hour session. Like it's not that bad.
Yeah.
And it's enough time to sit there and really go, yeah, where are they going to go with this? Hey, and you read someone's crazy theory and you go, oh shit, what if that's true? Oh my gosh, is that the direction they're going? And it's just been fun. I don't have a ton more to say about it because to really talk too much about the next two chapters would be to just start giving things away. The things that I feel like have evolved that I can talk about when I heard Aaron Paul was going to be voicing the main character, same way that, you might think it for Keanu Reeves in Cyberpunk or something, there's a cynical side of me that was like, stunt casting, right? Like, how good is he going to be? Because, I loved Breaking Bad. I thought he was great as Jesse Pinkman. Every now and then I see him in other things. And it's like, it's a little all over the place, but it's like, is this stunt casting? He's doing an amazing job.
We know we all have memories of Peter Dinklage in Destiny, so we know how bad it can go.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, everybody loves this guy. He's doing a fantastic job. Let's make him the robot in Destiny. Yeah. And the performance was not great.
Terrible, but that's good to hear.
He's doing amazing work. Everybody is doing amazing work. There isn't a weak performance in the entire thing. Which helps because it makes moments where it's like, hey, cut somebody from the team really difficult because it's like, I don't want to, because I like these characters, even the characters I don't like. I like that I don't like them. And Aaron Paul is, again, just doing incredible work with the main character because you spend a lot of time with him. And he's playing a very specific type that could be grating, could be rough to deal with, and instead is very endearing and is hitting all the right notes. Like, is inspiring when it needs to be, is, like, oh, that's rough, buddy, when it needs to be. Everybody's doing a fantastic job. So performance-wise, it is just stellar. Graphically, it's matching that. And that's the part, as good as so many of these Telltale games have been, I feel like the technology has always struggled to match what the performance was putting in. Like, the original season of Walking Dead will make me cry. It'll make me cry multiple times. I'm a big baby with it. Loved it.
Yeah.
But there are times where you watch it and you're like, yeah, this looks a little rough.
Yeah.
They're doing the best with what they have. But this is a little rough. This game blows me away with how good it looks and how well animated it is. Multiple times I have laughed out loud
Really?
Playing this game. It is genuinely the funniest game I've played this year.
Damn.
I know that's shocking because Borderlands 4 came out this year, but this game is genuinely...
I don't know if I can believe there was a funnier game than Borderlands. No, that's great.
This game is really, really funny to the degree that I keep seeing things, and then I'll go and I'll be like, I'll grab my wife and I'll be like, come on, you go see this, and she'll crack up laughing at it, and she'll think it's great too. And although she hasn't sat down and been like, well, show it to me. But every time I show her a clip, she like settles in because she's enjoying it as well. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I really like the way they've evolved the gameplay. I think for anybody that played through episodes 1 and 2 and was like, yeah, that mini game's okay, but I think it'll get tiresome. I think that the way they're showing that it's going to evolve really gives me hope that it's going to be interesting through all 8 chapters.
Nice.
Because I definitely had that feeling of like, I did the tutorial, I was like, that was fun. And I did it in chapter 2 and I was like, yeah, that was all right. Do I want to do this? Like, am I going to get to this section of the game every week and go, yay? I don't know. This game made me feel like maybe it's going to be enjoyable across the board. So the other thing was the fact that I learned that I already shared, which was when we say that there is pedigree from previous Telltale games, we are talking about people who worked on the original Walking Dead, The Wolf Among Us, and Borderlands, Tales of the Borderlands.
The 3 best things they ever did.
When you talk about that pedigree, it's like, oh man. So these are the people who worked on the best Telltale stuff. Although I still have a very soft spot for both the Tales of Monkey Island and the Batman.
I like the Batman one a lot, but those 3 though, those are your crown jewels for sure.
Yeah.
Did he ever? So I think I found a line from the game. Hold on.
What up, biatch?
Does he ever say that?
he has said bitch.
Oh, okay.
A couple times.
Great.
But
Well, it's the Jesse Pinkman we know and love. Then.
Yeah, it's been in there. So
awesome. You had a good week, Bo. Let's talk about Aliens Dork Descent. I know it's dark, but tell me about Aliens Dork Descent. Did you have a good time in there?
Aliens Dork Descent is a game I've been eyeballing for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Came out in 2023, June 2023. Sort of missed me. I was aware it's there, but Aliens games are kind of they're not
a little hit and miss.
You're not like, oh my god, it's an Aliens game, it's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Although apparently the last two, we're kind of there, and Alien Isolation is like a big game, but yeah, it's still whatever. It was on sale. I picked it up. I didn't play it for several months. Finally, I was like, I need to just check this game out, and it got me hooked. So Aliens Dark Descent game came out 2023. It's not without its rough edges, which I'll briefly gloss over before anyone makes any purchasing decisions on or wish listing. But essentially, it's like kind of XCOM-y.
Mm-hmm.
You kit out 4 guys, and you can make them however you want. So you can see there's Gerp, and there's Gorath, that's me, and that's John as Rogue, and Crofton is Flash. You can make your guys however you want. So it's me and my buddies going out to do alien killing.
Sure.
And it's kind of a spiritually feels like Aliens, the second movie. You play as colonial Marines in a situation involving your squad. Now, what's really fun about this is that it's an RTS game, so it's top down. Your squad controls as one unit. They individually, the AI, they'll like do things like shoot and do stuff on their own, but you don't micromanage them on their own, except to proc like their abilities. Like as a sniper, I can open up a menu bar that slows down time to like 10% speed, which is very cool. And you have all this time to react and set up line up your flamethrowers and your sniper shots on the enemies and on the xenomorphs essentially, and kill them. I wasn't expecting to actually really fall in love with this game, but what made me fall in love with it is the fact that the levels are quite lengthy. And because it has sort of a Darkest Dungeon stress meter, you will
so there's like a what do they call that? Sanity meter? Like that?
It's like a sanity meter. So your accuracy goes down,
mm-hmm.
and there's all kinds of penalties. You also get long-term penalties on the characters, and you have to send them to psychiatric treatment and stuff like that. So, you can basically the Ark, which is like that car you get in Aliens 2. You
mm-hmm.
get one of those. You can retreat to it, pull your guys out, and then send new guys on the same mission, and the progression saves and everything. So it's like you might clear out a building with one team. They get stressed out because it's a bad encounter. You pull your guys back, spend a day doing base management stuff. It's not very complex, but a little bit of base management, and then send out a new fresh team while your other team's getting, treated in the hospital or psychiatric care. And this is sort of like the gameplay loop, right? So I really, what this game nails is the vibe. So from like an RTS perspective, the art's really well done of the bases. It really feels like it's ripped right out of Aliens 2. And flashlights are a big thing. So if you want to find items, you pull down the mouse button and brighten the flashlight to look for things. And just the mechanics of like, there's a lot of sneaking. So basically, the longer you stay in the mission, the more active the xenomorphs become. So when you're first there's not many of them, but there's a little progress bar where, you also increase the alien infestation, which means more and more aliens come. It gets harder and harder to do things. Your guys are getting stressed out and wore out. And just the scenes you get involved with, all the sound effects sound like they're ripped from the movie. It really feels like you're playing in the movie. And it really scratching my RTS itch. I'm just like, oh, this is like a fun RTS. It's not too hard to control, but everything has good mechanics that are video gamey, but reflect the movie IP. So I'm loving it. It's super fun. I played way more than I thought. This game's a banger. Like almost might be one of the favorite games I played this year. That being said, there's some rough edges. The game, it's been out now for a while, so a lot of the bugs I think have been smoothed over that I saw about, but there's still some weird balancing stuff. So in the meta game, there's this thing called planet infestation, which increases the longer, the more days it takes. So cycling in new teams of Marines to go to finish the mission comes at the cost of planetary infestation increasing, which also makes the missions harder from a meta perspective.
Oh, I see. So because that allows time to pass, and when time passes, more.
Yeah,
aliens,
day passes, and then the aliens just make more and more aliens,
Got
right?
it.
So it gets worse and worse. So I wanted to understand because I was getting really to like planetary infestation level 4. I was like, does this go on forever? Like, I wanted to learn a bit of the mechanics. The game didn't really explain it, and then I found out there's a doomsday clock. And I thought the planetary infestation would be the doomsday clock, but it's not. You get to a certain point in the campaign where you have a limited number of days left to finish the game, or you just die because of narrative reasons. So I was like, games that do that, it kind of sucks because, like, you know, these games are fun to like go and explore and take your time. Now it's like, oh, every time I retract my dudes, it comes at the cost of game over screen. Like, you know, that long foreboding game over screen that comes. And I thought that kind of sucked a little bit. So I did cheese a bit because you can figure out which, you know, obviously it's very easy once you've done a search or two, you can figure out which mission before the doomsday clock comes up and try to farm, like level up your guys a bit and stuff like that. So I didn't spend a tremendous amount of time doing it, but I did do it to some extent. And it's kind of this game breaking thing where you don't have to go out in missions. You can just let days go by and accumulate resources. So I kind of just did that. So I'm on like day 100 and I'm like, this is kind of weird. Don't put doomsday clocks in games unless it's going to be a hard mode.
Yeah, I don't like.
You know what I mean?
I don't like timers. I'm not a fan.
It's minor though. I still really like the game. So even though that's like a bad design decision overall, like for a first playthrough, they shouldn't have. Well, for narrative reasons, it makes sense, but I don't know. It just still feels bad, you know, from a video game perspective.
Seems to be pretty highly regarded in terms of like of all the Alien games. This ranks up there with some of the highest ratings.
It's super cool. So like, I put my gamma down really low. So like when you go, even though it's an RTS, you go in a hallway and it'll be like pitch black except for some lights. You can throw flares and that helps your accuracy, but also visually it's like a really good looking RTS in terms of it feels like Alien, like these dank sci-fi corridors. You hear the aliens. It has the tracker, the whoop, whoop.
Oh yeah.
Whoop. It does it so you could hear them getting closer. I'm getting better at the game. Like there's a combo with recon. They can use the drone and the sniper. Because as soon as a Xeno sees you, the infestation thing goes up. But you can get stealth kills on them, and then that'll prevent it from rising. Meaning you can stay longer in the mission, which I'm now using because I have the Doomsday Clock on. It's fantastic. It's like it's one of those games where you're like, oh, clearly there's some rough edges. They only had like 4 voice actors doing all the roles.
Oh yeah,
you know, like, so even though I'm picking different voice packs, like all my soldiers kind of sound the same. And the prologue mission kind of is not great, you know. So get past that prologue mission, and the writing, like one of the characters says "alas," and I'm like, this is Aliens, bitch. No one says "alas" in Aliens. What the hell, you know? Like, there's little things like that you're like, oh yeah. But overall, like on the sum of its parts, man, I'm having a great time with this game. I'm going to sink in tons of time, and I think I'm going to finish it too. It's just hooked. It's good.
Yeah,
anyways,
it looks cool. I played it on Game Pass while I had Game Pass, and then I spaced. You know, I didn't play it. I don't even think I talked about it here, but you're making me want to go back to it. It's also on sale now.
It's like a longer game than you'd think. Like you look at the map, you're like, oh, I can do this. I'll spend like 3 hours on a map, and I'll be like, holy shit! Like what?
Yeah, and it's right now it's cheap. It's $15 on sale, 60% off.
The reason you spend that much time is because you're just like hunkered down trying to plot. I'm sending my drone out, mapping things. Like it's so like picky and nerdy. Like I love it.
Get it while it's cheap, everybody. It's on sale for a little while.
It's
longer.
on sale. Oh yeah, it is on sale right now. 21 Canadian, so you can get it cheap now.
Yeah, 15.
I bought it cheap at another sale. I just had it in my library, stinking up the place.
I just like that there are good Alien games getting made. It's almost like XCOM with real time. Would you say it's like that? It's like
it's like it's like squad management RTS. Maybe almost even like a Dawn of War, like 2. Maybe like you have a squad, but it's just one button to move them whole squad. Like it's squad management. I wouldn't call it XCOM in that XCOM you can kind of. There's lots more options and tactical. You know, you can control characters independently and stuff. But they just nailed like the vibe, and the systems all feel good, and using the special equipment satisfying. I got a plasma rifle that I can overload and make a big plasma beam. You know,
yeah,
it's good. You know, it's like not serious either, but I still feel like there's like I'm getting skill improvement from playing and carrying. I guess what's fun is like you realize at a certain point I'm gonna get attacked big time. There's gonna be a big they call it a massive onslaught. There's like a massive onslaught's coming, so you can put down sentry guns and make these tactical situations where you try to cover all your kill zones. And sometimes when a mission goes bad, it's because you took an encounter in a bad hallway. A bunch of aliens swarmed you and splashed acid on everyone.
Oh shit!
And the characters can suffer things like Mike is in the game as Naked Ape. He's a medic, and an alien splashed him, and then. Oh, that's the other thing that they can do. You can get abducted, right? So if someone's low and knocked down, the aliens will while you're fighting, another alien will come in and snatch one of your guys.
Yeah, you're an incubator. They don't want to kill you. They want to grow.
If they take you to a hole, then the Marine's permanently dead. It's permadeath for that. You're killed basically. Yeah. But you can rescue them. So like while they're getting up your abduction, you're like, kill that bastard. And that's cool. And they're face huggers. If you get face huggered, it's game over until you get tech that helps reverse the face, like the implantation. But if someone gets face huggered, you just kind of pop them. You kill them right there. Like it's over. It's kind of brutal.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's got like all of the trappings of the Aliens universe. It's very satisfying, very fun, and challenging. It sort of brings me to the other negative as well that I learned about this game is in XCOM, if your team dies, it's mission failure. You go back to the command base and continue. Now you can save scum if you want, or if you're an Iron Man, it's not an option, but whatever. In this game, if your squad dies, you hit a game over screen.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it felt weird. I felt like, shouldn't I get mission over and back, and I lost those guys, and that's the story? It's like, you reload.
You save scum that or no?
Yeah.
You can? Okay.
You reload, and in the hard mode of this game called Let No One Hear You Scream or something like that, there's just 2 saves, but you can still reload the save, but you're kind of locked into like, I think 2 saves or something like that. All that to say is I expected to go back to my base, being like, the mission was a failure. We need to send a new team out, only to be hit with the game over screen. It was just not what I expected. It's not bad. I mean, it's sort of fine, except that it doesn't let you pick when to save. So when that happens, I've had saves go back 30 minutes to 60 minutes of playtime. And I'm like, ugh. Yeah. But there is a way to save. If you go into a room that only has, like, you can weld doors shut. So if you go into a room and weld all the doors shut, you can rest. And at least on the easier mode, when you rest, it saves the game.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't learn that till I'm like, 40 hours in. I'm like, oh, okay.
You can't just
to know.
You can't just
even if I don't need to rest to recover sanity, it'll save my game. So maybe I should.
Can you F5 or F6 or there's no shortcut key?
No, there's no actual save game button. It's just auto saves at particular checkpoints. But resting is it says it in the screen. I just read past it. So
I'll do that. All right.
No, this game is fantastic, man.
That's great.
I like it. And it's scratching my RTS. Like I'm just like, we've played some RTSs, but none of them have been like the juice for me, or whatever. This is like, this feels perfect. Like they've just really nailed it. So
nice.
Great game. I hope they make another one. Sure. Even though I'm not finished this one.
Yeah.
I'll run through the list of other games I play because I don't have much of note to say about it. I've continued to play Fellowship. That has been fun. I kind of fell off because Aliens is more fun. On our multiplayer Sundays, we're still playing Void Space, but we did the best that we've ever done and got through like the first series of things, fought a boss, we were high-fiving each other, and then we ran into 2 missions back to back where we couldn't pick up or interact with things, and the ships were acting weird, and basically got a game-breaking bug that ended our run. And I kind of like psychologically crapped out over it. I'm just like, gosh dang it, I'm done with Void Space. Yeah. I'm done playing. Like I can't. Or I need a like. It was so annoying. So I bought Jump Space, which is the other game.
Yeah,
like
was this the excuse to get everybody else on board because you said they were?
Yep. Right. I mean, variety is the spice of life, anyways. And they were like debating, and I'm like, listen, it's like $25. Like, we're not buying a Volvo or something like that. Like, just buy it. Like, Jesus Christ. So, I think everyone's gonna pick it up, and we're gonna try a new game this week. So,
all right,
that's that. I played a bit more of Battlefield 6. For me, it's kind of fun, but I am looking to do other things. So I don't know how much more of that game I'm going to play. Particularly Arc Raiders comes out today, and if that game grabs me, I could be playing a lot of that. So probably talk more about Arc Raiders next week. And then I finished the No Man's Sky Expedition, which was a good time. I didn't think there's any crazy features in there apart from like the minor ship breaking, which is just finding a wreck, getting 2 pieces of parts off of it, calling it good. Like it's not.
Yeah.
This isn't the one to make big waves, and that's just fine. But so I did the expedition and I had a good time doing it. So yeah. And
there you go.
That's
nice.
what I played this week, everybody.
Nice. We got busy with the gaming this week. You can tell.
And no, I'm not playing Magic right now. I only have so many hours in a week. You've asked a couple times.
Yeah, what are you, an animal? Like you only got I spent
all my time in Aliens. Aliens is so good.
Fun thing. I'll mention it now. I may as well. Sometimes I've done this before on the show. A bunch of calls get stacked up, and they're either too long, or we just don't get to them, and then they're kind of out of time or whatever. And I don't like to just throw them away. So even though we play a bunch of them and reply to a bunch of texts and stuff like that, I have a ton of calls. Looks like today's 14 minutes of calls are going to be put in post today. This may be the longest, biggest file we've ever made for this show because it's already long. But you're going to have 14 minutes of your calls to listen to. Now, you guys can skip that shit if you want to, but it's in there. I'm putting it in today, and it's there, and it's ready, and it's for you. And I didn't want to just toss them because I appreciate every call that comes in. But we have some stuff from like June that just was too big that I just like, you know what? Let's get it all out there. So I cleaned out the closet, the call closet, and the 10 hams. It's now only 9 hams. That's how many hams we got rid of. Just kidding. That's not true. 10hams.com is the place to call and voicemail and text. And we're going to talk about a couple of them real quick. Just one, actually.
That's a good question.
This is a quick question we got from Condo Boner. You like that?
Yeah.
That's a great name. Condo Boner.
Is that a reference to talk about Condor Man? Maybe?
I have no idea. Why? It's just
when you're really excited about where you're living.
Yeah, I guess so. He says, for the core guys, which game world would you actually want to live in, and which one would you avoid at all costs? To live in, wherever the regular people in Dyson Sphere live, because clearly they've figured shit out and they're it's not the place itself.
I think it's a bad world. They're low on energy. That's why.
Is that the thing? Shit, never mind.
But they got cool stuff, so why not?
I mean, I'd say Animal Crossing, but I think we've already established that maybe for me that would spell disaster. But that seems like low risk. You just, like, what do? You just make friends. You write them letters sometimes.
Yeah.
And you're always in debt, but I mean, like, that's kind of real life.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, what about Valheim?
I don't think I'm going to survive Valheim.
No,
so,
I don't even think I'll survive the game Valheim.
Valheim is so pretty sometimes. Those thoughts do cross your mind. You're like, man, this place is awesome. I wish I was there.
I don't think Final Fantasy 14 would be awful. They seem to like to resolve things with discussion more often than violence. It seems like one of the safer MMO worlds, and so therefore there would be plenty to do. You could just go hang out at the Gold Saucer all day, get sauced at the sauce.
I think a lot of MMOs have cities that would be cool, or even just remote corners that no one else goes to that you could set up shop. Like before water flooded out Thousand Needles in World of Warcraft,
nobody wants to live in the Mushroom Kingdom, I guess.
No,
that place is bullshit.
Smells like Bowser.
It seems safe though,
Yeah. There's a little bit of
lava.
Some plumber comes and jumps on your head because you happen to be by him.
Yeah.
He wanted to get someplace higher.
Yeah, well, he's an immigrant, isn't he? They should just deport him.
Is he? Have they ever made that clear? Is he like
He's from
Italy?
New York. He's not from the Mushroom Kingdom.
Oh.
Stuff him back in the pipe and get him out of there.
That's like an actual Italian. I don't know how they handle it. I don't know what they do at Nintendo.
I'm just going based on the movie. In the movie, he lives in New York, right?
Yeah. I think if I had one to pick that I would avoid at all costs, it would be Resident Evil 7 and anywhere near that world. Just
Resident Evil in general.
Yeah.
What
More
about
so
Animal
7.
Crossing? You don't want to live there in Animal Crossing?
Well, John just mentioned Animal Crossing. I think that Animal Crossing would be okay, but I think I would want to get out of there. I think I can't be too cute. It's got to have some
You
diversity.
want to live in hardship shipbreaker world.
Yeah. No, I actually don't, because that's the reason I'm up there.
He dies all
Yeah,
the
but
time.
you'd hate it, but then they'd be like, here, take apart this ship. Don't worry about the parts or anything. It's all the stuff you like. And you'd be like, you know what? I like this.
If I can reconstitute and not play it on hard Iron Man mode, then yeah. Because you can
Well, I
reconstitute
think in
after you
real
blow
life
up.
you'd have some coworkers too, so they, it would help, be safe.
That's true. I think their next game should be a co-op, even though I'll probably never play it that way. But I would love to see them try that.
I mean, I think it'd be cool to hang out in Hades with Hades.
Oh, Hades is pretty. Yeah. Maybe just never.
Chad's got a pretty good idea. The dispatch world's not bad.
Oh yeah.
I'd go
Hades
party with
isn't bad,
Dionysus.
but I'd be worried that I would be a shade, or I'd be like, oh, the gods got annoyed, and now I'm a ghoul.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's say you get to be like Ulysses, like a cool shade, like a shade that still gets to hang out.
Well, I mean, if we get to pick our role in it, then almost any world is fine, right? Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to live in Cyberpunk 2077's world, but if I get all my cool augments and get to be awesome, like, that's one thing. But I'm assuming this is me, bald, overweight white man, just transported into the world, and like, what is that gonna equate to?
Right.
It's already a hypothetical, so why not change your circumstances while hypotheticaling?
I mean, sure, if I can change my circumstances, then I'm okay with just about anything.
Yeah, I'd go anywhere. I'd be Kratos. If I could be like Kratos, I'd do that. But not me.
we need
What world has
clarification on
a
the
bad
question.
deal, even if you're awesome? Right?
Mad
Like,
Max.
what-
The Mad Max world is not awesome. Like even the leader. So
Then
the leader.
why do you love it so much, Scott?
Well, I love everything about the Mad Max mythos. You're right. I'm a giant fan of. I'm about to watch Furiosa and Fury Road back again because I love it so much. That's happening like this weekend. But the game, though, the actual Mad Max game from 2015, which is fantastic. If you ever see it on sale, people do not sleep on it. It's fantastic. Great open world game. Still looks amazing too. It's crazy how good it looks. Scrotus is your main villain in that. And up to the point that game came out, we didn't know who Scrotus was. We know more because of Furiosa. But anyway, he's the big bad of that game. And he's the most in charge, powerful person there. And he still looks like he's covered in rat shit from head to toe. Like, you don't want to live there, even as the...
Yeah, but maybe you could just be that guy that rubs his nipples all day.
Oh, yeah. The people eater. I think you have to eat people, though.
I mean, maybe it's just the name.
I think that's the whole thing.
He's
a
like, I don't
cannibal.
want people to mess with me. I just want to rub my nipples all day. Well, just tell everybody you're a people eater.
I think the
right,
lore is that he eats people. Now, if I could take his place and stop eating people, but he's also got that giant club foot made out of death and rot and decay. I don't want to be him.
Yeah, Mad Max would be pretty bad. I think Chat nailed it probably with Warhammer 40K. Kind of not a good universe to be in.
But again, if you're Titus, you're a badass. But if you're
Yeah,
not,
but even like,
I don't know.
even like
Honestly,
Titus,
is
like,
it worse than the Elden Ring world?
I forgot they're making a movie. By the way, did you guys know they were making a movie?
Yeah,
Did you know
Alex
who's in
Garland.
charge of it? Because I'm actually excited.
Alex Garland, right?
Alex Garland, writing the damn thing. The girl from Romulus is in it. What's her name? I forgot her name. She's also in Civil War, the other Garland thing. She's
I know.
really great. I don't know who all is going to be in it, but you know what? I'm kind of excited now.
I know where I'd live. I'd live with Kiryu. I'd go to Japan.
Oh.
Hang out
see, again, I was overthinking it because I thought, yeah, maybe Yakuza, but like there, you just get attacked constantly just for walking down the street.
It's true.
yeah, but I'll train with the Dragon of Dojimon. I'm not going to be one of those suckers.
Oh, I know. Nothing says you have to be main character, so I'll put me in a Street Fighter game. I'll be the people in the background going, yeah, yeah. Like when people are fighting, I do that. That'd be all right.
Yeah.
There's some videos.
So you find out they beat up your car just to show off.
Somebody did this, though. They modded 6 or 5, I don't know which game, so that you could pull the camera back and put it anywhere in the world and see the fight from like far off, but still there's streets around and you're just seeing Ryu out in the street fighting somebody and it's kind of hearing them off.
Cool.
They're going, Hadouken, like way out there. And it's awesome. I just should find that. It's pretty cool.
Like background ambiance.
Yeah, somebody
So
made
you
that.
just be a guy that watches Street Fighter.
Yeah, I'd be that guy.
Although, isn't in like lore for Street Fighter, like, isn't shit kind of bad? Like, I know they all seem happy, but isn't like M. Bison doing some bad deals?
Well, I know. Well, I don't know. Currently, what is, because Akuma and there's a whole nother hierarchy of villains, right? It's different now.
Yeah, every now and then Marvel characters show up for some reason.
Yeah, and that sucks for them.
Yeah.
Injustice would be bad. Oh, when's getting a new Injustice?
Oh
game?
man, being in the Injustice world would suck.
Yeah, not good. Although I love those games. I hope they do another one. I don't think they're going to, though. I have a feeling. Like Warner Brothers pulling back a little bit on games. As far as I know, MK1 did not blow anyone's socks off sales-wise. I don't know what they're doing over there. We should ask the guy who listens.
Tyler?
I didn't know.
Yeah, I'm sure he would tell us exactly what they're working
Tyler,
on.
can you tell us everything, all this trade secrets?
Yeah, just send us a message. Let us know what's up. We'll keep it secret.
Yeah, and we haven't heard from you in a while. So
I mean, we actually would, but, also, I don't expect you to take our word for that.
we know lots of secrets. I told the chat earlier, and I do have it on good authority. I won't say through who, and it's not who they probably think, but I have it on good authority that Riot is not doing that MMO anymore. They haven't made it official, but that shit ain't going. That ain't happening.
Oh,
So
I
your
assumed
proof that we know lots of secrets and can be trusted with them is to tell everybody a secret,
Well, no,
Do I
the
have that
secret
right?
Me, I'm super trustworthy.
the secret is to not reveal sources, right? The secret isn't that the MMO is
Yeah,
coming
It
out.
because-
depends on the agreement.
Because when we specifically call out one person to tell us a secret and go, don't worry, though, we won't say it was you who told us. One person.
Yeah, hey, one person. Or this could all
Well, it
leak
depends
back
on the
to-
agreement. This person might be like, "I'll share it with you, but don't tell anyone else. Even don't." share
Well, they
the
didn't say that. They
information."
said
Or
you
could
can. He said you can mention it. Just don't ever tell you I told you that. That's
Yeah,
all.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
And sometimes if it's a good source, maybe you'd already know the protocol, so you don't kind of like.
Yeah. And I'll never spill the beans. Like if they
you'll
put
never.
a gun to my, well, I might have put a gun to my head. I might do that. I might cave.
Yeah, I mean, what do you care about the MMO? Like you're gonna kill me. You're like, I'll never tell.
I'm not
if
gonna
Mark's
tell you
making
a
an MMO or
thing.
not.
Moo-ha.
They're like, oh,
Man.
this is a tough nut to crack. We threatened his life and everything.
Well, speaking of cracking nuts, let's play this this mashup we got from Jamie. It is a classic from 2020 called The Penis Chair.
Penis chair.
Yeah, penis. Penis.
Penis.
Anyway, here it is.
Penis.
Let's see it's here how it went. This is a classic. Enjoy.
Benjamin in the chat is really missing the penis chair.
Oh, we already know who said it. John did right at the top.
There it is.
You don't have the penis chair at all anymore? Oh, no.
I
Who's
forgot
sitting
to
in the
tell
penis chair
them
now?
that it is now a famous chair known as the penis chair. I don't know if I'm ready to ruin that for my mom and dad.
No, you
just
should
yet.
tell them that. There's something called penis. Oh, it's peninsular. It's like
What
peninsula.
did you think it was?
Peninsular Malaysia, for example. It's Malaysia's peninsula. And so I saw the word peninsular and went, ew, penis, what? Penis lar. Like I was trying to do it phonetically. It's not, it's wrong.
I owned that chair for a while. I'm worried about what they're going to think I mean by that.
Oh, right. I didn't think of that. Don't call it the penis chair.
Well, it's a penis chair, not an ejaculate chair.
Well, we don't mean that. We mean like, what if there's an attachment, if you know what I'm saying, to that chair? What if that's going on?
I mean, they didn't see it, right?
They'd feel it if they sat down on it. All right. Should we burp and then do a show or just do a show? What do you guys...
I'm not really feeling the burp, but
I'm not either.
we could do it. We could do a show.
Why don't we do nothing but burps?
Oh,
Do it in
I'm
burp
bad.
language?
I'm bad at burping on command.
We like Deep Rock Galactic, burp.
There we go.
Oh, well.
Bo's pretty good at it.
Oh my
Jeez
lord.
Louise.
No, I just do little. It's just little burps.
Oh.
Dude, something's gonna come up, man. Something's gonna come up.
Look, there are
see.
very few things in this world that if you were over at a friend's house
Yeah.
and you went to reach to grab something and they said, "Oh, that's the penis, whatever,"
Yeah.
you would continue and go, "Oh, great, that sounds fantastic."
Yeah, let me get a
Like-
piece of that penis chair that you got there.
Like you go to serve up and they're like, "No, that's the penis rice."
Yeah, that's the penis
Like-
rice.
Parents won't be that shocked.
You're
They
done.
won't be that-
You're
I
not
don't know
gonna
your
eat that
parents.
rice.
You don't think
Don't be
they'll
that
care?
shocked.
You don't think they'll care?
I mean, the thing is, it's like every dirty thing you did in that house, your parent knows about.
Yeah, they know
Swear
about
to
your
God.
penis chair. Maybe they already know it's called the penis chair.
No, that's true.
Maybe they think it's called the three-wheeled phallus or something like that.
Three-wheeled phallus.
All those hidden socks in your closet after you moved out, they found them.
Right.
Who hides the sock? I just got rid of it.
I don't know, just making jokes. You got rid of them.
Wait a minute.
You
This is
mailed
too
them?
much
I
information.
just put them in the mailbox and write Argentina on the sock.
With a note that says, "Do what you will."
Oh my gosh, I don't remember any of that. None of that.
I have no. Apparently, I was the custodian for the penis chair. I don't know what the hell I was talking about.
I don't either. You had a chair. Did you have
had
a chair
that looked like a penis, right?
Did you?
Did I?
What do you have now?
Well,
What's
it's your chair. You don't remember
what do you have right now? Like, move your
You're
head.
becoming as
Oh,
bad as
that's
us.
not it.
I
Would
have a chair.
Did you
It's
have a
chair?
Did you have a flesh tone chair before? Or
No.
Okay. I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
Don't know.
I don't know what it was. Apparently, it was big enough to warrant a huge discussion. I have no memory of it.
I have zero recollection of any of what we said. Three-wheeled phallus. What is that?
That made me laugh. Like, what's the three? What's even coming out?
How
of
did
our
we
mouth?
go there? I know. I don't know when this. There are probably things we said today that'll show up again later, and then I'll go, "What we did? We said
Why did
what?"
I even try to burp the alphabet? That was really gross.
That was pretty gross. Somebody's into that, though. You know that. It's true.
I'd be scared if I did it now. I'd be in the hospital.
You bring up your what's it called? What's the thing that thing that'll come out if you? It's like getting it.
Esophagus? Trachea?
No, there's something else that's kind of hanging there that will inside out if you're not careful. Am I thinking of the butt?
Well, you're thinking of a prolapse.
Prolapse. That's what I was thinking, and it is the anus, isn't it? It's not your
Yeah,
mouth.
you can't prolapse your mouth.
Is there's Dr. Tolbert?
I
Are you here?
burped and my mouth just went.
I thought there was some kind of inside out thing that would come out that shouldn't be out. I don't know.
You can probably prolapse your throat, maybe.
Okay, now that'll make a
In some
mashup,
way.
and that's one we're gonna go.
Prolapse your throat into your mouth, as like a injury. of
Yeah,
some
like
kind.
inside out your throat. I've heard of that. but
Yeah, you might be able to. It's possible.
like when you
I'm
cough
sure it's
really hard
possible.
and you really are coughing, you just feel like there's.
Yeah, that would be it too, right?
Yeah. All right. Well,
Yeah.
I heard
I mean,
of something.
Prolapse is any time a tube is in a place that the tube's
Shouldn't
not
be.
supposed to be.
Yeah.
So
You ever see that guy lifting
know.
weights? Never mind. I don't want to talk about that.
I've not seen prolapses, but I've heard of prolapse business.
Awful.
It's gross.
Can you imagine anything worse right now than prolapsing your butt? Turning your butt inside
I think some
out.
people might like that.
No! Who? Why? What? No!
I'm not going to explain further. It's just I know it's a kink.
Oh my gosh. Hold on. No, I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Scott, is that a brief moment where he was like, "Should I Google it?"
I'm not touching it.
Just take it from me. I'm a trustworthy source. It's just skip. This is one you can skip.
Yeah, I'm
you
not clicking that link.
know?
Ugh. Gross. But now my brain won't
Not
stop.
even a link, but it's just just skip. Just press next on
All
the
right.
Discovery queue, Steam Discovery queue.
The Devil's Prolapse coming to Steam this fall.
There's not much more humor beyond understanding that some people enjoy it. That like you've mined it for.
What
all
is
of
there
its
to
value.
enjoy? Your butthole is turned inside out. You're now a medical prop. You have to go get medical
Scott, every
help.
question you're asking
Yeah.
will yield an answer you don't want to receive.
Okay, I'm not going to answer. I'm done with
I
pro.
mean, anything fetishized or kink related is generally a brain association with like for something that also is maybe like erogenous, So
Yeah, but okay. But in that,
if you
thinking-
like feet, for example, or if you're into
okay, what if I broke my arm
Furry
and
play
one
or
of my
something,
one of my arm bones is sticking out of my flesh, and most people go, "Oh man, call a doctor, call an ambulance." Oh my gosh! And then this lady in the corner vomiting. Everybody's like so grossed out, but one guy's going,
it's a David
like,
Cronenberg film. isn't that-
Hello,
Yeah.
I have a
Isn't that a
boner.
Did you watch that Cronenberg film where they cut each other and then have sex?
I tried. I had
wounds?
to give.
The whole
I'm
thing.
sorry. What? They had sex with the wounds?
Yeah.
I didn't get that far.
I'm pretty sure that's that latest Cronenberg one, right?
Yeah, the one with Aragorn
The
in
one
it.
with Viggo Mortensen.
Yeah,
He's in a lot of them.
Mortensen. Yeah, he.
It's either that. I thought maybe there was a bit of that in Crash too, not the one with Ryan Gosling Crash, but the Cronenberg Crash.
The one
I thought
where
maybe
everybody gets
they
hot
have
when
sex
they have.
during a car crash,
Yeah.
and then there's a wound, and then maybe he puts his thing in the wound or something.
Oh
like that.
my gosh, dude! I've never seen that movie, so I can't.
The stuff you're mentioning, like, this is awful. I'm like, this is kind of a Monday for Cronenberg. What are you talking about?
I just remember Existenz, where it was like the game controllers made out of guts. Do you remember that? Did you ever see Existenz in the 90s? Like Jude Law and I can't remember who else. We saw it for FilmSack, but they looked like little Xbox controllers made out of flesh and bones and stuff. It was gross. Anyway, Cronenberg.
This is just like basic Cronenberg stuff. But anyways, maybe we're done. Let's end the show.
Yeah, let's end the show. We gotta go. You gotta eat anyway. What are we even doing here?
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Thanks for listening.
Stick around to the end.
Brand new Patreons, though. I got to mention these guys: Auto Bus Driver Fazenzi, Fajonesney, Auto Bus Driver Fajonesney. Should I know what this is? I know who Otto is in The Simpsons, but what is this?
Well, I mean, think about what part of the world are people generally named Otto, right? It's like this is definitely Scandinavian. Right?
I don't know. I have no idea.
You don't know? That's
Auto Bus Driver Fajonesy. How would you say it? Fajosney.
It's not. It's hang on. It's a Norwegian origin last name according to the AI that popped up. So you're not. It's not Fajonze. It probably has a pronunciation.
Fionze or something like that. Fionze.
Yeah,
It'd be a yeah. Right.
I just choked on my Fajones.
So let's do Fiona.
Look, I wasn't laughing because I knew the answer and I knew Scott would mess it up. I was laughing because I know Scott gets the wrong answer when it's numbers sometimes. And then I saw Fionze down there and was like, oh, good Lord.
Yeah, we think that Jay might be silent. We don't know.
It was like watching a man sail gracefully into a mailbox.
Yeah, sure. Also, PC Gamer
It's
Top.
Johns. It's
What?
Johns.
Oh, it's
You say
Johns.
Johns,
Okay,
apparently.
I believe
Johns.
you. The other name that is in here this week is one of my favorites ever. It is literally his username is PC Gamer Top 100 PC Games. I thought that was amazing.
Nice. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, PC Gamer. I'm very surprised you decided to finally subscribe to the show.
After all that heat we gave him,
You
man.
must have really appreciated the hard-hitting critique we provided your coverage.
Oh, yeah.
And hopefully that results in some adjustments.
Yeah, no doubt. Patreon.com/core show for these fine folks where they get no commercials or ads, pre-show content every week, monthly art in the mail, bonus shows, episodes, all kinds of fun stuff. Go check it out. That is patreon.com/core show, and keep an eye on core.show this week because stuff is happening. Frogpants.com/core for everything else. Grandma, tell us what we played today so people don't forget.
And I already know you forgot, and that's why you're here. You came to my section of the woods, and this is what they played. Slots and Daggers, Powerwash Simulator 2, Warside, Lasaria, Utopia Must Fall, Fumes, Rottwood, The Outer Worlds 2, Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, Dispatch, Aliens Dark Descent, Fellowship, Void Space, Jump Space, Battlefield 6, and No Man's Sky.
Oh my gosh, that's a lot. That's going to do it for us. Go play some games. We'll see you next week for another Core.
This show is part of the Frog Pants Network. Yes. Get more at frogpants.com.
What is it?
What?
I have a question for